dead at the scene. Police think he may have had some kind of medical issue before the crash. John Herrick, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
A woman who worked at the Elkhart County Jail is now facing charges after police say she stole money from people she was supposed to be managing funds for. Haley Atherton is accused of taking thousands of dollars from inmates who had already been released. Detectives found out that she made hundreds of cards using the stolen money, which she admitted that she used to help with her financial problems. Atherton was arrested after turning herself in yesterday. A congressman is giving up his shutdown pay to donate it elsewhere. Johnette Cruz explains why.
As the government shutdown continues, Indiana Congressman Jefferson Shreve announced that he will refuse his salary. Shreve stated that House Republicans have done their job and criticized Democrats for playing politics by voting against a clean funding bill. Instead of keeping the pay, the congressman has pledged to donate the equivalent of his shutdown salary to the Johnson County Boys and Girls Club in Franklin once funding is enacted. Shreve added that Hoosiers deserve a government that works for them, and he will hold himself to that standard. Jeanette Cruz, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
And the season is over for the Indiana Fever. They lost to the Las Vegas Aces 107-98 last night in Game 5 of the WNBA semifinals. Fever guard Kelsey Mitchell had to leave the court in the third quarter after experiencing lower body cramping. She was taken to a hospital and was later released that same night, and Mitchell is expected to make a full recovery. 1 minute away from traffic and weather now, it's 3:04.
Retirement isn't just about reaching the finish line, it's about knowing how to play the next movement. Without a plan, your savings can feel like noise instead of music. I'm Jason Hutchins with Guardian Wells Financial. I've seen too many families head into retirement without the guidance they need. That's why I wrote Orchestrate Your Retirement, a guide to composing a financially tuned plan. I'd like to mail you a copy at no cost. Call 317-660-0929. That's 660-0929. Inside this book, you'll find real-world strategies on turning savings into income, making smarter Social Security decisions, and reducing a bite of taxes in retirement. Call 317-660-0929. That's 660-0929 for your book today. Don't wait. Supplies are limited, and when they're gone, they are gone. Orchestrate your retirement. Discover the rhythm of a confident future.
Investment advisory services offered through Creative One Wealth LLC, a registered investment advisor. Guardian Wealth Financial is not affiliated with Creative One Wealth or with any government agency. Licensed insurance professionals.
Call 317-660-0929.
Your traffic at 3:05. Good afternoon, Matt Bear.
Is looking stop and go. Southbound 465 on the west side. Stop and go traffic before 74 Crawfordsville Road down to 10th Street. That's a 4-minute delay. Inbound 65 delayed 4 minutes from MLK to the north split. Southbound 6570 construction delay of 7 minutes from the north split to the south split. Crash west side, Morris Street at High School Road. Traffic sponsored by Moderna. MNEX Spike COVID-19 vaccine mRNA by Moderna is now available and easy to find near you. To learn more, visit mnexspike.com. That's mnexspike.com. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
And now here's the forecast from the American Standard Cooling Weather Center.
This afternoon, a few high clouds, otherwise sunny skies, temperatures in the low to mid 80s. Tonight, mostly clear skies remain in place. Low temperatures in the mid to upper 50s. I'm Wish TV Storm Track 8 meteorologist Ryan Morse for 93 WIBC.
And I'm Jake McDaniel on the level on the go and on WIBC.com.
Hammer and Nigel.
Can you believe these characters are weirdos? So let's rock it!
And Hammer, what is it with this trend of violence throughout the city? More violence last night. Anger, concern from the IMPD about the recent violent trend going on here in the Circle City. It sucks.
We had five murders in a 24-hour span.
That's crazy.
5 murders in less than a 24-hour span. And IMPD officer Tommy Thompson, I know Tommy, worked with Tommy before on some things. Good dude.
I've never met him.
I can tell he's fed up with a lot of stuff that's happening around the city. One of them being the lack of cooperation by the community itself. So if you live in a community and you know something's going on and you're not talking to the police or you're not calling the anonymous tip line, it's hard for them to protect your community.
Hopefully someone's got surveillance camera. We need that footage. I've said it over and over and again that Crime Stoppers number, that 317-262-TIPS, is 100% anonymous. Anonymous. You do not have to associate to anything with the IMPD, but we will get the information. We need that footage. We need you to step up and step forward. Think about your future, your grandchildren, your children, their future in this city. We need to remove the violent acts and violent criminals committing these acts. Small amount of them, but we got to stop it.
I feel like the anonymous aspect is great, but I also would feel like if I lived in one of those hot spots that I would get found out if I'm turning people in.
Snitches get stitches, right? Especially when it's such a revolving door.
And I hate saying that out loud because I don't want to. I don't want to tell people not to do that. I don't want to discourage that.
Right.
But if I'm living in one of those hotspot areas, I don't know, man.
I'm with you. And I used to be on the other side of that argument. If it's anonymous, why wouldn't you talk to the police? But listen, they're going to find out and they're going to be let back out of jail. This is Marion County. Do you know who the prosecutor is here? Do you know how that office works? We had a story yesterday about a guy who's been arrested 99 times in Marion County, and some of them for serious offenses. 99. So I get why some people are a little hesitant to talk to the police, not because they don't trust the police, they don't trust the prosecutor. Here's a little bit more from IMPD officer Tommy Thompson. Again, he was at the scene of what was the 5th homicide in less than a 24-hour period.
5 individuals in 24 hours or less, 4 on Northwest District alone. Community's feeling this, right? It feels reminiscent of a weekend ago. These have all been isolated incidents that every one of them were some type possible criminal activity that was afoot. But again, does not take away the fact that we have victims who are no longer alive. Their families will feel this reeling grieving. And then the other end of the spectrum we continue to talk about is the individuals pulling the trigger. We will find you, and when we do, hold you accountable with the Marion County Prosecutor's Office and any other partners we need to use to find you. And then you're going to have your family's going to be grieving too. So think, if you're going to have a firearm, what actions you use that firearm with. Is it lawful or is it unlawful? Because people are getting hurt out here, and it's senseless and stupid.
I mean, I can tell he's frustrated, right? I get that. And I also caught, maybe I'm looking way too much into this, Nige. Maybe I'm just overanalyzing this. He says the prosecutor or whoever we can get, something like that, to prosecute you, which tells me they're doing everything they can to work around getting stuck with Ryan Mears and his soft on crime policies. I feel bad for these officers, I do, because they're arresting the same people over and over again. Now, with that being said, there was a part of Officer Thompson's rant that I wasn't a big fan of.
Oh.
We have provided opportunities and options and resources through the city. We continue to provide opportunities for juveniles, for adults. We've given you everything. But what about our communities? What about our communities who are out here right now? The last scene, I had children running around. I got children over here behind the cameras. You think they don't feel this? Think about it when you're going to carry a firearm. Think about the resonating impact you have on those communities. Because this stings. It's scary for those little kids. That's ridiculous. I hope you hear me and you think about that when you carry a firearm. Senseless. Think about this grieving family that someone's not coming back to. Think about this community. The last community I just left a couple hours ago.
I know what it is. Your problem is with him saying carrying firearms.
It's not my fault, Officer Thompson. I've never been arrested.
Man.
I have never committed a felony. Don't wag your finger at me because bad stuff is happening elsewhere.
Is that what he was saying, or was he saying criminals carrying firearms?
Did you hear the word criminal in there, though?
I did not.
I didn't either. And that's why I took offense to it. And again, I like Officer Thompson. Officer Thompson's a good man, but he's wrong there. Don't point the finger at me. If you want to point the finger about juveniles being shot or people being, shot in the streets, look at the families of the people that are doing it. Look at your city county council who has a safety committee that doesn't want to meet and doesn't want to talk about crime in this city.
Oh, they shut it down.
They shut down debate. They didn't want to debate the one thing they're supposed to meet about. So with all due respect, don't wag your finger at me for being a law-abiding gun owner. The reason I am a constitutional carry citizen is because of the prosecutor in this town, where you can get arrested, 99 times before something bad happens to you. I thought that was bullcrap. Nige, are you sitting down?
I'm always sitting.
Okay. I want to make sure that you don't have drink in your mouth because I don't want there to be a spit take.
I've got a Diet Mountain Dew here. Is that should I put it down before you tell me what you're about to tell me?
To quote the officers that arrested the naked Randy Travis, I just want to prepare you for something. The U.S. government is shut down. I know.
Oh, you told me. You warned me.
The U.S. government is currently shut down.
No.
With the exception of about the 75% of people still going to work. But other than that, it's totally shut down. When reached for comment, literally everyone had this to say.
Well, bye.
I don't know how life can go on with the government shutdown happening.
Was that Tombstone?
That was.
Well, bye.
Bye. Right now, and this is true, this isn't a AI bit or anything. If you call the White House comment line, I want you to listen to the voicemail that Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt has on it.
Thank you for calling the White House comment line. Hello, America. This is White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt. Democrats in Congress have shut down the federal government because they care more about funding health care for illegal immigrants than they care about serving you, the American people. Until Democrats vote for the clean, Republican-backed continuing resolution to reopen the government, the White House is unable to answer your call or respond to your questions. We look forward to hearing from you again very soon. And in the meantime, please know President Trump will never stop fighting for you. Thank you, and God bless you.
Strong voicemail.
Is that real?
That's real. Strong voicemail right there.
I thought you were going to some AI stuff.
No, that's the real McCoy.
Wow. Yeah. No, I mean, the Democrat leaders are claiming the government shutdown was caused by Republicans, but every single Republican voted to open the government. Nearly every single Republican voted to open the government. It has to do with this illegal alien healthcare situation.
Right. The Democrats want federal money that will ultimately go to states to cover the health care of illegal aliens, as to where the Republicans are saying, we'll give the states the money, but it has to go to American citizens. And this is the little stalemate that we're at right now. Nige, if you need a reason to drink tonight, happy 75th birthday to actor Randy Quaid.
No way!
Cousin Eddie is 75.
Wow.
Probably best known for his character Cousin Eddie in the vacation movies like Christmas Vacation.
Merry Christmas!
Or this fantastic scene when they were going sledding.
Don't go put none of that stuff on my sled, Clark. You know that metal plate in my head?
How can I forget?
I had to have it replaced because every time Catherine revved up the microwave, I'd piss my pants and forget who I was for a half hour or so.
Bigger movie, Christmas Vacation or Independence Day with Randy Quaid? Bigger movie.
Well, bigger movie was Independence Day.
Yeah.
But better performance by Randy Quaid.
Okay.
Christmas Vacation.
Gotcha.
Now, I'm going to say something that could be viewed as a hot take.
Oh, wow.
His portrayal of Cousin Eddie in Vegas Vacation, just as good as Christmas Vacation. I'm not saying the movies are as good, but Cousin Eddie's lines in Vegas Vacation just as good as Christmas vacation.
I ain't seen a beating like that since somebody stuck a banana in my pants and turned a monkey loose.
Then you had Cousin Eddie at the buffet.
Eddie, thanks for buying me dinner.
Best $1.49 buffet in town, Clark.
Buffet.
God bless you. Maybe I'll just replace these.
I'll have some of the yellow. Don't get cheap on me.
And last but not least, when he's taking the tour of the Hoover Dam.
I am your damn guide, Arnie. No one wander off the damn tour. And please take all the damn pictures you want. Now, are there any damn questions?
Yeah, we're gonna get some damn bait.
Happy 75th birthday to Randy Quaid. I believe the Cousin Eddie of this staff might be Matt Bear. Matt, what's going on?
Definitely. Looking at westbound 74 heading to Brownsburg from Indianapolis. And we have a 2-mile delay of very slow traffic running from Dandy Trail out to State Road 267. And right now, we do have a crash reported near 267 that we'll keep an eye on. Inbound 65 stop and go 21st to Meridian. Southbound 6570 delayed 7 minutes from the north split down to the south split. Northbound 65 south side slow from Raymond Street up to the south split. That's a construction zone. Crash on the west side, South High School Road at Moore Street. Traffic sponsored by Anthem Blue Cross and Blue Shield. They've teamed up with the Indiana Fever and Common Threads to provide local schools with information for nutritious meal preparation. Learn more at anthem.com/fever. Anthem Blue Cross and Blue Shield is the trade name of Anthem Insurance Companies Incorporated. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
82 right now at the American Standard Cooling Weather Center.
Kendall and Casey.
The problem with the IEDC, the Indiana Economic Development Corporation, they can avoid giving information that other government agencies have to give away. This is the state taking money from you and giving it away to their buddies.
It does make you question the impact on Indiana taxpayers.
I think the worst part about it is nothing's going to happen to these people and nothing meaningful will come of it.
Kendall and Casey, weekdays 9 till noon on 93 WIBC and WIBC.com.
Pierce Jewelers has a beautiful, warm, and friendly showroom, and their showcase of estate jewelry is constantly changing. They're always purchasing and looking for new, old treasures, and your fine jewelry may be worth more than you think. The staff at Pierce Jewelers, a trusted name since 1968, will help you understand and evaluate your memorable pieces, and they'll make sure you receive superb service and expert counsel. They'll guide you through the process, explain each piece, and why the item's value is a certain amount. No appointment needed, but there are times they'll need to take in your items to further examine and evaluate them. Pierce Jewelers doesn't charge for this process, nor is there any requirement for you to sell your items. Pierce Jewelers will make sure you receive a competitive price for your valuables, and you'll walk away knowing you've received their best and honest offer. Call Pierce Jewelers today at 317-574-3333 to learn more about selling your jewelry and other valuable precious items.
Comcast Business can help turn your small business into a connected, secure, modern business. It's how retailers become constantly connecting must-visit shops. How restaurants become reliably up and running neighborhood favorites. How healthcare offices become the data-protecting caregivers that we all depend on. And how wealth management firms become cyber-securing guardians of your information. With reliable connectivity, enhanced cybersecurity, and Wi-Fi backup, your business can stay connected and get threat-ready with Comcast Business, powering possibilities.
Get started with our reliable business internet. Plus, stay connected when you add Wi-Fi backup for just $35 a month. And ask about a $400 prepaid card on a qualifying gig bundle. Call today. Restrictions apply. Wireless Connect requires business internet for additional monthly charge. Taxes and other fees extra. Prepaid card offer ends 11/16/25.
Stuck in a job that just isn't getting it done? Maybe it's time to go for IT. Whether you're just starting out, switching careers, or a military veteran ready for change, My Computer Career can help you launch a rewarding career in IT in months. No prior experience needed. Why spend years getting a traditional degree when your future in IT can start right now? Take the free career evaluation at mycomputercareer.edu today. Your most powerful upgrade? Your career. Go for it. Go for IT. Financial aid is available to those who qualify, including VA benefits.
Pat Sullivan here.
It's that time of year in Indiana when you don't know if you need your AC unit blasting or your furnace to start kicking. Better have both prepared with a $49 AC unit and furnace tune-up from Hope Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling. Is it sweater weather or tank top weather? Nobody knows. But we do know that you can ensure total comfort inside your home for only $49. Call Hope Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling today at 641-HOPE. That's 641-HOPE.
As a mom, comforting my family is what I do best. Vicks Vapor Stick provides soothing, non-medicated Vicks vapors in an easy-to-apply stick, and it dries fast, so there's no mess. I use it to comfort myself and my family.
Thanks, Mom.
Vicks Vapo Stick, soothing comfort for the whole family. And try Vicks Vapo Shower Max for steamy Vicks vapors when you need more comfort for yourself. Use as directed.
Tune in to the Absolute Retirement Planning Show.
When retirement comes about, we're now relying on what we have saved to meet those needs.
Sundays at 9 a.m. right here on 93 WIBC.
This hour powered by Price Point Comfort Heating and Cooling, your independent American Standard Air dealer.
Hi, this is Donald Trump, and the only people with worse hair than mine are the ones you are listening to right now. Wake up, losers.
Hammer and Nigel on 93 WIBC.
Oh, man, I'm excited for this. I woke up today, Nigel, and
what's that?
It was the month of October. So,
when are you going to start decorating for Halloween at the Hammer household?
3 weeks ago. So with that being said, from the people who brought you legal stuff, from the people who brought you Indiana stuff, and even vaccine stuff, it's October, baby. Crank up the band. Let's do some Halloween stuff.
Oh, man.
Pumpkins, candy, costumes, Halloween stuff. Alamo Draft House has a really cool promotion going on every single day this month, taking you into Halloween. Cian is here from Alamo Draft House. How are you?
I'm great. How are you?
And if people don't know what Alamo Draft House is, it's on Lafayette Road, right?
Yeah, Lafayette Road. It's the former Georgetown Cinema.
Yep. Been there many times when I was a kid.
Yeah.
And you guys have done a wonderful job at just revamping that place.
Whole new revamped theater. Top
incredible.
Sound. Yeah.
So every single night, you guys are playing a Halloween movie. Starting now, going to Halloween the 31st, which I believe is on a Friday this year.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, this is an amazing idea for those who are looking for something to do. Tell us about what's going on.
Yeah, so we kick off today, 31 nights of Halloween at Alamo Draft House. And we're actually kicking it off tonight with Rosemary's Baby, and the old Georgetown Theater, which is now our theater, had their premiere back in 1968. So it's a special throwback to that.
Okay.
But yeah, closing with Halloween on Halloween night, but a lot of really cool movies in between. Donnie Darko, Carrie, that's this week. We've got The Ring, Silence of the Lambs.
Oh, the Chainsaw Massacre is tomorrow.
Massacre, yeah.
Poltergeist.
Yep. Practical Magic, if you want something a little less scary. We also have the trilogy Terror 1, 2, and 3, and that's supposed to be super gory if you're a gore lover.
I've got video of Nigel doing some squat thrust in the back. Does that count as a scary movie that you guys can play?
It absolutely does, for sure.
Good. Now, if somebody's never been to Alamo Draft House, I know Nigel referenced it back in the day.
Oh, well,
but it's a whole new ball game now.
I've been to the one in Austin. I've been to the original one. I lived in Texas.
Awesome.
My wife drugged me to God, what was that awful Brad Pitt movie where he was like born like a baby man?
Benjamin Button?
Yes, Benjamin Button. But it was 3 hours long, and I didn't want to go watch it. And but Alamo Draft House just kept on serving me Guinnesses.
That's the nice thing.
And somehow I was able to make it through that 3 hour long Benjamin Button movie.
Even a bad movie is a good movie when they're bringing you cocktails every 15 minutes. So.
Absolutely.
That's right.
So you can get your drink on there and watch a movie. I think this is an amazing concept here.
And we're a full scratch kitchen, so it's to your seat dining. So you can order anything off of our scratch menu. So we bread our chicken tenders, we make the cookies in-house. We make all of the burgers by hand, all the pizzas by hand, so it's actually really excellent.
So all the food that sounds amazing, you guys are making right there on the spot.
Yep, and we've got several different flavors of popcorn. Churro is my favorite, but we have like a dill pickle ranch and some spicy flavors too.
We got The Exorcist coming up October 28th.
Yeah.
Did you guys mention October 25th, Candyman? Very underrated. Have you seen it?
Oh, yeah.
Cian?
Oh, yeah.
Now, this is not a movie about the 90s rapper, right?
No.
This is not, ooh, boy, I love you so, never want to let you go.
No.
That's different. Okay.
This is, it gave me nightmares when I was a kid.
And we've got the Rob Zombie classic, The Devil's Rejects. That hits its 30th anniversary. No, 20th anniversary.
Really?
Yeah, it's 20 years already.
Wow.
Yeah.
And then you're capping it again off
Halloween.
October 31st.
That's right, with Halloween. Yeah, the Halloween classic.
Well,
We
cool.
encourage everybody, come in costume too. Have fun with it. Come make a splash with your costume. Get some pictures taken. Get some food, drinks, alcohol, anything you want.
Dude, this is like the perfect date night thing,
That's
right?
right.
If you're going out with your girlfriend, husband, wife, whatever it is in October, make plans for this because this sounds amazing. All right, so you've got a list of some of the films in front of you. Which ones are your favorites?
So I really love Late Night with the Devil. I think that's an incredible movie. I am a big Rob Zombie music fan, and I love his films. So I like a little bit of everything. I like the high gore,
Wait a minute.
practical
Well,
magic.
I don't see you as a
too.
Dracula girl.
Oh,
like,
absolutely,
just
yeah.
rocking out Dracula at karaoke
100%.
night.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I know every song, every
I
album.
saw you got Amityville. Is it the original?
Yes.
Yeah, Amityville Horror on
Yep,
October
that's the original.
7th. There's a scene in that left an impression. Like I tell Hammer all the time. I went to my dad's house on the weekends and we would watch what he wanted to watch. He made me watch Amityville Horror. There's just one scene where James Brolin takes this axe and just. Do you know what scene I'm referring to? And takes it to Margot Kidder's head, and it just explodes into blood.
Oh yeah.
It just, that's what this is supposed to be.
Oh yeah.
On the big screen.
On
Now
the
you
big
get to see it
screen.
even
People
better.
probably
That's right.
cheer for that moment
Great
at
film.
Alamo
Yeah.
Draft House.
Oh yeah. And then Day of the Dead this year reaches its 40th anniversary. So yes, that's a big.
What
big
time
new
did the
release,
movies
too.
play?
Most of them are in the evening, so between that 7 and 10 o'clock time. Again, this is very much some adult films, so don't bring the kids for this series.
Right. And how can they get tickets? Can they buy them right there at the door, or they got to
Go on the
pre-order?
door. Yeah, it's best if you pre-order. We are selling out quickly on some of these, so get your tickets fast at alamoindy.com, and that way you can pick your seat.
alamoindy.com. Check it out. You can see the food. You can look at the drinks. You can watch any one of these movies every single night now through Halloween. This is amazing. Thank you guys for coming in. And I see you brought us some stuff in the back. What do we got back there?
Appetizers, cookies, pizzas, all sorts
man.
of stuff. Yeah.
That's it. Cian, thank you so much.
Of course.
It's the Hammer and Nigel Show.
I'm still going for it, even with higher stroke risk from atrial fibrillation, an irregular heartbeat not caused by a heart valve problem. Over a 3-year study, Eliquis apixaban tablets reduced stroke risk better than warfarin, and over 97% of Eliquis patients did not experience a stroke. A first stroke occurred in 2.9% of warfarin patients versus 2.3% of Eliquis patients.
Don't stop prescription Eliquis without asking your doctor. Stroke risk may increase. Eliquis can cause serious and potentially fatal bleeding. Don't take if you have an artificial heart valve, abnormal bleeding, or antiphospholipid syndrome. While taking, you may bruise more easily or bleed longer. A spinal injection increases blood clot risk, which may cause paralysis. Get medical help right away for unexpected bleeding or bruising, or back pain, tingling, numbness, muscle weakness, or incontinence. Aspirin products, NSAIDs, SSRIs, SNRIs, and blood thinners increase bleeding risk. Tell your doctor about planned medical or dental procedures. Learn more at Eliquis.com or call 1-855-ELIQUIS.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
An update about the famous conservationist. Skies are fair, 83 degrees in the Circle City. I'm Jake McDaniel. Here's what's trending at 3:32. Dr. Jane Goodall has died. The Jane Goodall Institute said on social media that she died of natural causes.
Dr. Goodall's discoveries as a methologist revolutionized science, and she was a tireless advocate for the protection and restoration of our natural world.
Aaron McCombs from the Jane Goodall Institute says Goodall's field, research with chimpanzees, totally changed how scientists and everyone else understand animals, showing just how complex and emotional they are, socially and mentally. Goodall was 91. The government shutdown is dragging on, and lawmakers are still stuck for the second time in less than 24 hours. The Senate rejected different ways to fund the government. They held votes today on bills from both Republicans and Democrats, and both failed. Both sides are blaming each other for the shutdown that started just after midnight. Federal workers like air traffic controllers and TSA agents at the airport have to stay on the job. Wyatt is being made sure that women are protected against non-consensual abortions. Jeanette Cruz reports.
On Tuesday, Indiana Senator Jim Banks introduced the Forced Abortion Prevention and Accountability Act. This legislation targets individuals who knowingly administer an abortion-inducing drug to a woman without her consent. The bill is a response to cases where abusers, unsupportive partners, or traffickers have obtained abortion pills and given them to pregnant women secretly or by force. The act would impose enhanced federal penalties for the offense. The bill is also co-sponsored by a group of Republican senators and has the endorsement of several key pro-life organizations. Jeanette Cruz, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
The WNBA Finals matchup is set. The Las Vegas Aces are heading to the WNBA Finals for the third time in the last 4 years after beating the Indiana Fever last night. Las Vegas will now take on the Phoenix Mercury for the title. Game 1 of the final starts Friday in Las Vegas, and the average price for gas in Indiana is $3.07 a gallon, says Gas Buddy. WIBC News Time is 3:34. Your traffic and weather in 1 minute.
Retirement isn't just about reaching the finish line, it's about knowing how to play the next movement. Without a plan, your savings can feel like noise instead of music. I'm Jason Hutchins with Guardian Wells Financial. I've seen too many families head into retirement without the guidance they need. That's why I wrote Orchestrate Your Retirement, a guide to composing a financially tuned plan. I'd like to mail you a copy at no cost. Call 317-660-0929. That's 660-0929. Inside this book, you'll find real-world strategies on turning savings into income, making smarter Social Security decisions, and reducing a bite of taxes in retirement. Call 317-660-0929. That's 660-0929 for your book today. Don't wait. Supplies are limited, and when they're gone, they are gone. Orchestrate your retirement. Discover the rhythm of a confident future.
Investment advisory services offered through Creative One Wealth LLC, a registered investment advisor. Guardian Wells Financial is not affiliated with Creative One Wealth or with any government agency. Licensed insurance professionals.
Call 317-660-0929.
You've got WIBC traffic at 3:35 with Matt Bear.
All right, Jake, checking out this crash going from Indianapolis to Brownsburg. It's westbound 74, about a mile before Ronald Reagan Parkway. Right lane is closed, and man, this is a backup all the way back to the 465. Rams delay coming in at 26 minutes here at the moment. Now, downtown Indianapolis, inbound 65 slows 21st to Meridian. Southbound 65 70 delayed of 11 minutes because of construction from the north split to the south split. Eastbound 70 stop and go from Harding into the south split. Traffic sponsored by B Window. Right now, employee-owned B Window means business. Receive up to 50% off all products plus 2.99% financing and an additional $550 off your project. Trust local, trust employee-owned, trust your home to bwindow.com. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
And now the forecast from the American Standard Cooling Weather Center.
Another dry day across the area, sunny afternoon with some high clouds, highs in the low to mid 80s. Tonight, mostly clear, lows in the mid to upper 50s. I'm Wish TV Storm Track 8 meteorologist Ryan Morse for 93 WIBC.
I'm Jake McDaniel on the level on the go and on WIBC.com.
You're listening to the Hammer and Nigel Show.
My name is Jason Hammer. Big Nige is in the can. He'll be here in just a moment. But joining us in studio from the WIBC newsroom, Jeanette Cruz.
What's up?
They're not booing. They're saying Cruz. How are you?
I'm doing fantastic. How are you guys doing?
Before we get into what's going to basically be a debate between myself and you in regards to this.
So now it's a debate.
It is.
Oh,
it
good
is.
Lord. Okay.
This
I'm
whole
here for this.
Bad Bunny halftime show discussion.
Okay. All right. I will debate you on it.
But you are one of the members of our amazing award-winning newsroom. What are some of the stories we should be keeping an eye on today?
Oh, gosh. Well, obviously, the whole shutdown is happening. Obviously, you guys know that. And so we've been getting lots of updates between both sides blaming each other. So that's been kind of fun. I did do a story earlier today about Jefferson Shreve. He's actually donating the part of his salary during the shutdown to the Boys and Girls Club in Franklin. Brooklyn. So
All right,
that's
well,
kind
that's
of
something.
Nice. Yeah, I thought that was
tried to grab her guns during the mayoral race, but hey, at least he's giving back to the Boys and Girls Club.
Okay.
Exactly. There you
All
go.
right.
The new Indy homicide report just came out since it's October 1st. So we've had 123 homicides so far, but 56 have been cleared. So apparently that is a 45%
What do you mean by that?
Clearance rate.
Is that self-defense?
Well, no, it's saying that so far for the year, we've had 123 homicides, but 56 have been essentially prosecuted, arrested. They've found out like who done the entire thing. So then the rate now, because of that, is at 45%.
Because I know at the beginning of the year, you had the mayor's office really trying to push this thing about not reporting self-defense homicides in an attempt to keep the numbers down. Listen, I'm all for self-defense homicides, you know me, but we've always reported the numbers that way. To be consistent, you have to keep doing the same thing.
Right, absolutely. I know Ryan Hedrick did a story about it earlier. He said something that he found was a lot of it is just dealing with people just don't know how to not have an argument that doesn't involve killing somebody else. And so that's been a problem.
Let me just say, and I know that's a serious subject, but you and Ryan Hedrick both on social media, whether it be TikTok or the Reels or Instagram, have been doing a tremendous job in covering.
Thank you.
Some of the more serious and hard-hitting stories here in this city.
Yeah.
It's been incredible.
Thank
and
you.
A real asset to this station. And even our show in the afternoon, we like having you on.
You guys have been fantastic. And the video that you guys do to put sometimes faces with the audio that we hear, top notch. So let me tell you why you're wrong about Bad Bunny being the best halftime choice.
I don't know. See, you and I differ on some things. You are already assuming something that I haven't even stated.
Okay.
So let's back up that.
Okay.
First.
She's already telling you how it is.
Now tell me if I'm wrong. Tell me if I looked at this situation incorrectly. We talked about Bad Bunny being announced as the halftime show a couple days ago.
Yes.
And again, please tell me if I'm overstating this.
Mm-hmm.
You texted me 57 times in a row and said, that's not the case.
I did not
You're
text you
racist.
57
I
times
can't
in a row."
stand you. You don't understand what's going on here. Do I have that wrong?
Yes, you have that wrong. What are you talking about?
All right. Tell me why it's a good show.
So, the whole thing, the reason why I just even texted you to begin with is because I'm a conservative, I'm a Latina, and so here we are a few weeks after all of us, basically got PTSD over somebody being assassinated in front of our very eyes all over social media and in the newsroom, right?
Yeah, sure.
So we come from this side on the right, or people who are more conservative, wanting to talk about, see what this other side is doing and doing all of that, right? Here we go. Something else comes into the news, and what do? Then I get on social media as a person who's more conservative and a Latina, and then I see basically the people that are supposed to be the voice of reason right now saying the complete opposite. So I'm like, okay, did everything just go out the door right now a couple of weeks ago?
Okay.
So that was my problem. So now the people that I align with most of the time, I always like to say, like, I'd rather not to consider myself a Republican or a Democrat or independent. Like, I follow Jesus because that's who I align with more than anything else.
Good answer.
But now you're turning me off. Because
Understood.
I see some of those things, and so it's just a lot of ignorant compliments or not compliments, comments that I see that I don't like.
I'm coming at this from a marketing perspective, not a conservative perspective, but I'm thinking this is an American football. It's an American sport.
Yeah.
We're pretty much one of the only countries in the world that play tackle football, like our version of football. Bad Bunny songs, and you would know more than I, don't have a lot of English to it.
No, they don't.
So why would you book a guy that doesn't speak a whole lot of English in his songs to an American football show? It would be like in the World Cup if Brazil was hosting and we had Morgan Wallen doing a halftime show.
Yeah.
That wouldn't make sense there, and I don't think this makes sense here.
Yeah, I see it. Yeah, when it was first announced, I was like, wait, what? Like that's definitely an interesting move, especially for somebody who only sings in Spanish,
right,
and raps in Spanish, and nobody's really going to understand what he's saying. I do know from a worldwide perspective, he is a worldwide audience, and I do know the NFL is trying to capture that a little bit more, and so I think they're banking on that so that they can make a bigger presence, and so I think that's their reasoning behind it. Also, obviously, I think they're just like, okay, somebody else is obviously running and booking the talent, and I do know he wasn't the first pick.
And we think it's Jay-Z because he's
Yes.
got good ties with the NFL front office, and Roger Goodell's always worked with him. And there are all these theories that they offered it to Taylor Swift, and she said no, and they couldn't come up with some sort of deal.
Yes, I heard that too.
And it feels like Bad Bunny and Jay-Z might have a little bit more of a relationship.
Yeah.
But I just didn't think it was a good match for this sport.
No, I 100%. Like when I saw it, I was really surprised because I think too, this is the NFL. You know, you do want. It's so hard to cater to every single person.
Right.
It is, because I'm 49 years old and I had never heard of Bad Bunny until
Yes.
they made the announcement.
Yeah.
And I
I
don't
know.
care.
Nige thought it was the Cash Me Outside
Everyone
chick.
was like, what is a Bad Bunny? is what I kept seeing, and I was like, ay. We need to educate some people around here, but it's fine.
I need an education.
Education.
For sure.
Right.
I just did not like the already. I saw the racial comments going up and conversations about ICE and immigrants, and I'm like, oh my gosh, we're U.S. citizens. What are you talking about?
Okay, now hold on
that's
the
why I
ICE
was getting
thing
mad.
because your boy here
He said he didn't want to perform in the U.S.
in the continental
Yeah,
United
he did.
States.
Yep.
Because he was concerned about ICE, and he's not somebody that can have his values easily bought unless it's halftime of the Super Bowl, then he
Right.
throws all those values right out the window, John.
Yeah, totally. I did see what he was talking about. I know he said more so when it came to having the concerts and touring the U.S., obviously you have different types of seats where you can purchase. Not so many people can go to the Super Bowl and afford, like a $12,000 ticket, right?
no
So obviously it's a little bit more of a
Average.
different atmosphere, and I think that's what he was thinking about. I mean, I do have to admit, if I was an artist that catered mainly to the Latino population and all of this was going on right now, I think I would feel some sort of responsibility as an artist. I'm not gonna lie.
What do you mean by that? To do what? Say something? Do something?
To say, like, with the climate that's happening right now with ICE and immigrants and all that happening within the United States, if I decided I was going to continue and do my tour because mainly all of my audience was Latino and if something were to happen, I would feel responsible.
Right. But also, I think there is somewhat, maybe humor is the right word. I don't know. If you're going to be the hot take guy and say, no, I'm not coming to the continental United States because of ICE, and you say you're going to do the Super Bowl, I think it would be irony at the very least, somewhat comical, if ICE shows up at the Super Bowl and says,
Which
hey.
I feel like I saw something, I can't remember what it was. I was in between newscasting today, and I thought I saw something to the effect that it was made known that ICE was going to be at the Super Bowl.
I mean, I'm sure ICE is...
But they're everywhere, so it doesn't matter.
Dude, the Super Bowl is the most secure thing in the world. Yeah, ICE is going to be there. The FBI is going to be there.
Absolutely,
Snipers are going to be there.
Yeah.
I mean, they were probably scheduled there anyway.
Yeah.
You could book Clay Aiken at halftime, and ICE was probably going to be part of the security team that's going to be there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, so, I mean, he decided just to take his chance on this one event that he's going to have, and which is a Super Bowl.
Does it
which
make him a
is more
hypocrite?
controlled.
Little? Maybe? Just a little bit?
I would say a little bit. Yeah, you stated one thing, and then all of a sudden you're changing your mind. I mean, who's to say you're not allowed to change your mind? But
absolutely allowed to change your mind.
Yeah, you can, but also kind of be a little bit more authentic about it. Like, look, yes, this is the way I was feeling when I started this tour. Now that I've done my entire residency in Puerto Rico and I'm trying to figure out what my next steps are, maybe I should come back to the U.S. and maybe things have done things a little bit differently. And now I feel like I can come back and do that here.
Tyler on the YouTube chat, Hammer, your YouTube camera looks way better now for some reason.
Do you have a daily podcast or weekly thing that you do too as well?
So it's called Behind the Filter. It's a weekly podcast. It comes out every Thursday. And so I like to call it's a no niche podcast. So we talk about everything. I have my bestie on. We do like a girl talk edition. I have more of an interview style segment where I talk to people here throughout the Indianapolis area and the state of Indiana. And then I do like more of my newsy where I talk about a lot of the news that you really don't tend to get over like a 24-hour news cycle, or I do the opposite, whereas like things are just popping on social media and I have to chat about it.
We want to come on.
We
want to come on.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Because we have to pay it back. Because for those who don't remember, when Johnette came in to do Celebrity Beer Bong, it was one of the great in-studio visits of all time. She's talking about being underage teenager getting loose in Tijuana. drinking tequila, doing grown-up stuff.
Horrible.
I saw it on YouTube, but I
horrible.
missed it in person. That's one of my life's great regrets, Johnette.
I've lived a fun life.
You have.
Multiple
God bless
lives.
you. Where can we follow your work?
Everywhere I'm just known as just underscore at Johnette Cruz, the Johnette Cruz. So you can follow me everywhere there. So on Facebook, it's Johnette Cruz. Instagram, the Johnette Cruz. X, the Johnette Cruz.
Right. Will Nigel and I enjoy the halftime show?
I would think
That's
so.
a no.
No. Let me just tell you, you cannot listen to like any type of Spanish music, whether it's like salsa, merengue, or reggaeton, and not just want to move your hips a little bit.
You don't want Nigel to move his hips. You don't. Nobody wants that. Nobody wants that.
I'm going to be doing like the salsa with Lindsay down in the basement on football.
I think he's going, now that this has been a decision, I think it's going to, they're probably going to use a lot of different other elements in it so that other people can feel, I think, represented.
Right.
But it's not only just Bad Bunny, but it's going to represent other things.
And just so you know, if it's not Foo Fighters every year, Nigel's going to bitch and moan anyway.
Oh, okay. See, and I would complain I would complain the opposite. I'd be like, who's Foo Fighters? That's me.
Johnette, thank you.
You're welcome.
It's the Hammer and Nigel Show.
Luxury awaits you at Tom Roush Lincoln and Fishers. Come see the full line of breathtaking Lincoln vehicles at Indiana's premier Lincoln dealership. From the moment you arrive at Tom Roush Lincoln, you'll know you've arrived. Shop over 200 new Lincolns in our state-of-the-art family-owned and operated dealership with no pressure. Just the award-winning service and respect you deserve, plus complimentary pickup and delivery for service. Luxury awaits you at Tom Roush Lincoln and Fishers.
American Standard Heating and Air, they are built to a higher standard. That's why I only exclusively use American Standard Heating and Air dealers and products.
How about Stevenson Heating and Cooling? They are your American Standard dealer for Johnson and Morgan County. Owner Richard Stevenson. He's got over 30 years of experience, loves to be out in the field working with the customers, married veteran, 3 daughters. Richard and his staff, they're going to treat your house like it was his own house. Fair, honest service. That's what leads to the referrals, and that's what's grown Stevenson Heating and Cooling into what it is today. Stevenson is your independent American Standard Heating and Air Conditioning dealer. Find them at 317-557-8532. 557-8532. Tell them Hammer and Nigel sent you. American Standard Heating and Air, built to a higher standard.
At Community Health Network MD Anderson Cancer Center, we're here to support you every way we can. From answering your questions to helping coordinate appointments.
The whole team has been phenomenal there. They've made me feel like I'm a family member. I get hugs every time I go in. It's been such a blessing that the great care I've received has been so close to home.
Learn more about Community MD Anderson at ecommunity.com/cancer.
Up to 50% off and 2.99% financing, plus receive an additional $550 off your project.
Because at B Windows,
we mean business. We mean business.
Head online to the contest page at WIBC.com and enter for your chance to win a pair of tickets to see Trans-Siberian Orchestra Thursday, December 4th at Gainbridge Fieldhouse.
The Attorney General's Unclaimed Property Division has over $800 million just waiting to be claimed. Text Hammer and Nigel to 46220 or visit indianaunclaimed.gov to claim yours today.
Matt Baer, what's up?
Westbound 74 heading to Brownsburg before Ronald Reagan Parkway, about a mile crash on the right shoulder. Now, we have stopped traffic running from 465 past Raceway Road, and that's going to start to dissipate as we move along here because the right lane has reopened. So give it a minute. Hopefully, you'll be on your feet here. Southbound 6570 delayed 6 minutes from the north split down to the south split. That's a construction delay. Eastbound 70 stop and go traffic from Harding into the south split. Inbound 65 slows 21st to Meridian, and northbound 465 slow from 86th Street up to 865. Watch out on the west side crash, South High School Road at Morris. Traffic sponsored by B Window right now. Employee-owned B Window means business. Receive up to 50% off all products plus 2.99% financing and an additional $550 off your project. Trust a local, trust employee-owned, trust your home to bwindow.com. I'm Matt Baer. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
Right now it's 83 at the American Standard Cooling Weather Center. And Nige, sometimes you and I, when we're having meetings with our bosses, they tell us, hey guys, you guys are doing great. The numbers have never been better.
Right.
But sometimes your show gets a little too adult heavy. So what we've decided to do is a segment to get our younger Hammer and Nigel listeners more involved in the show.
Oh, no.
We call it Fun Facts for Kids.
It's time for Hammer and Nigel's Fun Facts for Kids.
These are real pieces of information that the younger listeners of our program can share with their buddies. Like this. Scientists and biologists confirm that male Siberian hamsters have their testicles swell up 17 times larger than normal during the months in autumn.
Fun facts for kids.
I never thought I'd have anything in common with Siberian hamsters.
Speaking of autumn, a recent study shows that levels of testosterone in both men and women are at their highest in the months of autumn.
Okay.
So kids, if you hear loud grunting noises coming from mommy and daddy's bedroom, do not go in there.
Fun facts for kids.
Unnecessary.
Kids have more nightmares than adults. Nightmares usually begin between the ages of 3 and 6 and decrease after the age of 10. So if you're listening right now and you're between the ages of 3 and 10, please understand, this is the most terrifying stage of your life, and more horrible things will probably happen to you in your sleep more now than ever.
Fun facts for kids.
How is anybody having fun with that? The fun doesn't belong anywhere near this bit.
Mountain lions are very sneaky. They are quiet hunters and usually don't let you see them unless they want to be seen.
Oh, boy.
Most times, you can walk right by a mountain lion in a forest without even knowing that you're 10 feet away from something that can kill you with a single scratch. They also sound like a woman screaming in the forest. So if you hear a woman screaming in the forest, be careful on your hike because it could be your last ever.
Fun facts for kids.
Actually trying to lure you, like with a decoy type of woman's voice.
It would really suck to actually be a woman in distress. Mountain lion. Wounds that are left untreated for too long can result in maggots literally crawling underneath the wound.
Fun facts for kids.
Explain to me how that's a fun fact. How a kid would hear that and say, "Oh, that's a great."
When two people kiss, they make one long tube, essentially connecting them from butthole to butthole.
Fun facts for kids.
You're more likely to be killed at a dance party than skydiving. So kids, next time your friends have a birthday party and somebody puts on their favorite Taylor Swift song, remember, your little bitty tiny cardiovascular system could rupture at any time.
Fun facts for kids.
Top stories, next.
Dream retirement in mind. But do you know how to get there? The difference between dreaming and living your ideal retirement comes down to having the right plan. And that's where Howard Bailey Financial can help. At Howard Bailey Financial, we've created a free retirement toolkit to help you bridge the gap between where you are now and where you want to be. Text DREAM to 888-262-1104 to download your free retirement toolkit that includes a retirement checklist, Social Security decisions guide, estate planning guide, and more. We want your dream retirement to be your reality. And it starts by texting DREAM to 888-262-1104. Let us help you take the next step toward the retirement of your dreams. Howard Bailey Securities, LLC is an independent financial services firm and uses a variety of different investment strategies. Please see disclosures at howardbailey.com.
Dan and Casey in Indy hired real estate expert Mark Dietel because it was time to downsize and they needed to sell their old house quick at full value. Mark Dietel made it happen. They got their asking prices just a few weeks without any repairs or appraisals.
You have a lot of options in the real estate game. It seems like every day somebody new is getting their real estate license. But the real reality is this. Mark Dietel is the only one we trust and recommend on this program, and it's because of the guarantee. Mark Deedle guarantees your home sold at a mutually agreed upon price and deadline, or he will buy it. He will buy it. You pick the move date. No long-term contracts. You can cancel at any time. The guarantee is what separates Mark Deedle from the competition. Find Mark Deedle at markdeedle.com. That's Mark, D-I-E-T-E-L, markdeedle.com, or call 317-755-4232.
I'm Tyler at Price Point Comfort Heating and Cooling. We do maintenance on all makes and models. It's never too late to schedule your maintenance tune-up at PricePointComfort.com.
Price Point Comfort is your trusted local independent American Standard heating and air dealer.
From the moment our eyes met, I knew it was love at first sight. She had such a playful sense of humor. And when I look in that sparkle in her eyes, I just melt. My folks always said to find the girl I can't live without. And my heart says she's the one. So I'm going to Pierce Jewelers in Carmel for that perfect diamond engagement ring. Nothing says I love you more than an engagement ring from Pierce Jewelers. She pierced my heart. Now I'm going to pierce hers. Shop local. Shop smart. Shop Pierce Jewelers.
When was the last time you practiced your home fire escape plan? Be sure everyone in your family knows what to do if there's a fire. Get out, stay out. It's your fire safe response.
Let's go! You're still glowing, flirting, grooving. You've still got it. But your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, and COVID-19. Vaccines are a key part of any health routine and help strengthen your immune response. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Schedule in minutes at vaxassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
You ready to build your custom dream home? Check out Joyner Homes based out of Greenfield. See one of their model homes in person anytime. It is a great way for you to experience the customization and quality of a Joyner Homes custom built home. Plus, you can meet with a new home specialist to learn about their building process. Available lots if you don't already have one. Find out about floor plans and where they build. Model homes are open 7 days a week from noon to 5, and walk-ins are welcome. Find out more at joynerhomes.com.
Coming up in 2 minutes here from the Technology Recycler Studios, a crash from last year in Bloomington led to a man in jail. You'll hear about an Indianapolis power hike pushback and why a congressman is giving up his shutdown pay to donate it elsewhere. Those stories are coming up next, right after Fox News here on this Wednesday afternoon. You're listening to 93 WIBC, WIBC HD1 Indianapolis, and it is now 4 o'clock.
A possible path forward on Capitol Hill. Elisa Brady, Fox News. There's talk of a shorter interim spending bill after the same proposals that failed to avoid a government shutdown yesterday failed again today in the Senate.
But during that vote series on the floor, there was a coalition of bipartisan senators who went to the floor and were talking back and forth. There's a little bit of chatter right now about trying to find a way out of this cul-de-sac. Every time you get into a shutdown, that's when people say, oh, we're here, let's try to figure a way out of it.
Fox's Chad Pergram on Capitol Hill, where Arizona Democratic Senator Ruben Gallego tells him.
Look, the conversation we're having is just the beginning conversation about what a compromise could look like. Nothing's been reached, but there are some Republicans that earnestly want to solve this.
Democrats want to extend subsidies that help lower Obamacare premiums, but Vice President J.D. Vance says they also want provisions that would end up covering health care for illegal immigrants.
We think the American people's government ought to benefit American citizens. The Democrats are willing to shut it down to benefit illegal aliens. The contrast couldn't be more clear.
Each side accuses the other of lying on that issue. The House and Senate Democratic leaders are now also accusing the president of using 2 New York area mass transit projects for political revenge, with billions in funding now being held up. The vice president telling reporters,
we want to do everything that we can to help the American people, but when the Democrats shut down the government, we have to actually do a little triage to make sure the most critical and most essential services are provided.
The Associated Press reporting those New York projects also include transportation workers who've been furloughed in the shutdown. But the White House budget chief said the funding had been based on what he calls unconstitutional diversity, equity, and inclusion principles. Back-to-back records on Wall Street, the Dow up 43 points at the bell. America is listening to Fox News.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
A man sped and had cocaine in his system. Fair skies and 83 degrees in downtown Indianapolis. I'm Jake McDaniel. Here's what's trending at 4:02. That led to a crash in February last year outside of downtown Bloomington. Joshua Scroggins then crashed into a vehicle driven by John Skirvin, which killed him. Scroggins confessed to doing drugs before the crash, and he faces charges of driving while under the influence, among other things. A proposal to oppose AES Indiana's request for a utility rate increase received unanimous approval Tuesday from the Indianapolis City County Council's Administration and Finance Committee.
People are feeling these things. They're feeling the rise in their property taxes. They're feeling the rise in their grocery bills. And the last thing they need to see is an additional rise in the utility bills. We're the largest city in the state. We represent over 1 million people.
Councilor Michael Paul Hart, who introduced the resolution, said that if the full council approves it, AES Indiana will be asked to withdraw its request for a rate increase. If the company moves forward, the council will urge the Indiana Utility Regulatory Commission to deny the proposal. Indiana Congressman Jefferson Shreve says he will refuse his congressional salary during any period the government is closed. He said he would not accept pay while his party and Democrats continue to clash over funding legislation. Once the government is reopened, he plans to donate the equivalent of his withheld salary to a local charity, which is the Johnson County Boys and Girls Club in Franklin. And former Indianapolis Colts linebacker Shaquille Leonard will be honored at this Sunday's Colts game. John Herrick explains why.
Leonard announced this week that he will retire as a Colt, and that will be made official during halftime of Sunday's game when the Colts face the Las Vegas Raiders. Along with being the Defensive Player of the Year in 2018 and making several Pro Bowls, the Colts made sure to remind people in a tribute video they posted on Wednesday that Leonard cared a lot about mental health as well. It was capped off with comments made by Colts general manager Chris Ballard.
His legacy playing will be his legacy playing, but his legacy of giving and serving others, that will last forever.
John Herrick, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
Time is 4:04. Your traffic and weather in 1 minute.
Farnsworth Metal Recycling, a familiar face in Indy.
Farnsworth Metal Recycling will pay you cash for your scrap metal. Race Demolition and Farnsworth Metal Recycling may seem familiar to you, and that's because they are. They're trusted local family-owned businesses going back 3 generations in Indy with their familiar orange logo and a name you know. But you may not know they'll pay you cash for your scrap metal. Cash is king. Your scrap aluminum, steel, copper, and brass will get you cash from Farnsworth Metal Recycling. Just drop it off or schedule a pickup, and you'll put cash in your pocket. Raise Demolition and Farnsworth Metal Recycling. Local names you can trust with 2 locations.
Farnsworth Metal Recycling, a familiar face in Indy.
Get cash for your scrap. Get started at farnsworthmetals.com.
WIBC traffic at 4:05. Here's Matt Bear.
Westbound 74 crash cleared before Ronald Reagan Parkway still stopped from 465 for about a mile, but the front of that line is clearing out. Inbound 65, 2-minute delay, 21st to Meridian. Eastbound 70 delayed 3 minutes, Harding into the south split. East side, southbound 465 stop and go traffic before 70 down to 74. Northeast side, eastbound 465 slows after Keystone over to Allisonville Road in a crash. This is Morris at High School Road on the west side. Traffic sponsored by Staples. Have you heard? The Staples Easy button is back with even more easy. Press it for custom print, shipping services, even passport photos. Staples, that was easy. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
And now the forecast from the American Standard Cooling Weather Center.
We're expecting to work in a partly cloudy and dry night for Wednesday night with lows into the mid-50s. Thursday, we're going to see a little bit more cloud cover, partly to mostly cloudy skies expected during the day, but still warm. Temperatures will warm back into the low to mid-80s with light winds and dry air still in place. By Friday to end the work week, we're expecting a return to mostly sunny skies and temperatures that'll push into the mid-80s. I'm Wish TV Storm Track 8 meteorologist Stephen Deanna for 93 WIBC.
I'm Jake McDaniel on the level, on the go, and on WIBC.com.
Hammer and Nigel.
Can you believe these characters are weirdos?
So let's rock!
Hard to believe that this is the 8-year anniversary of the Las Vegas shooting, Hammer. I know you're kind of close to this because you went to Vegas a few days after this all happened.
Yeah.
If you want to revisit exactly what happened for people that might not, I couldn't imagine not remembering, but it's 8 years.
I got a lot of questions, man. I do. I still do. So October 1st, 2017, this guy, 64-year-old Stephen Paddock, opened fire on a crowd watching a concert out on the Strip. It was like the Harvest Music Festival on the Strip. And he's hanging out of the Mandalay Bay window, just opening fire on people watching the show. Jason Aldean was on the stage at the time. So this was a big music festival with big-time acts. Jason Aldean was on the stage, and this guy, Stephen Paddock, fired more than 1,000 rounds, killed 60 people, wounded at least 413, and when the shooting started, that brought total panic. People started trampling other people, which brought the injuries up to 867. These are the numbers that they have now. It's probably more than that. And about an hour later, after the first gunshots were fired outside of the Mandalay Bay window, he was found dead in his room of a, quote, self-inflicted gunshot wound. And the motive for the shooting, to this day,
nothing.
Still undetermined.
No clue.
And you guys know me. I'm Mr. Vegas, right? I was there just a couple days after that shooting. I had a scheduled vacation for my birthday weekend.
I remember.
And when I got out there, it was just so sad, so surreal. You could see blood stains still on parts of the sidewalk.
You saw blood?
Blood stains, yes, that have kind of dried up on the sidewalk. And the crime scene area was still, yellow tape everywhere. You talk to cab drivers, Uber drivers, man, they were just broken. It was so sad, but I have so many questions. How, in a city where everything is recorded, like I remember the NBA player, Charles Oakley, he moved a chip on a roulette wheel, and the eye in the sky saw him and banned him from the casino. And those guys do that all the time. So how can you see somebody moving a chip on a casino floor table, but you don't have more information on a lunatic hanging out of a window at the Mandalay Bay?
Wasn't Paddock going through like the utility room and using the elevators that like the janitors and stuff use? And
yes.
To bring up his weaponry?
Unfortunately, that's not uncommon if you're a high roller.
Really?
Now, this guy, I'm not going to sit here and tell you he was a millionaire and had a bunch of money, but he spent a lot of money in the casino. So whenever you spend tons of money, they kind of let you have some perks, right? They'll let you use the freight elevator if they know you're going to drop $100,000 in a slot machine in 30 minutes. They'll let you use the freight elevator to get away from the people that are playing penny slots if they know you're going to be funding their payroll for about an hour. So he uses the freight elevator, gets up all of his ammo, and opens fire out of a window, but there's not a lot of video. And that's the thing that always bothered me. In Las Vegas, everything is recorded. Everything. Except for a guy hanging out of a busted window at one of the biggest hotels on the Strip during one of the biggest concerts they have all year.
And this guy's family is kind of creepy, too. What a bunch of weirdos.
And they've all kind of fallen off the radar. Yeah. So at the very beginning of this, if you guys remember, 8 years ago, his lunatic brother was doing every single interview. He didn't meet a camera he didn't like. And when I say lunatic, this is one of the interviews that he gave. This is the brother of the shooter.
Someone said that Steve transferred $100,000. Woo, $100,000. We're wealthy people. $100,000 isn't that much money, A, and I'm sorry if that hurts people or something, but $100,000 isn't that huge amount of money. He gambled that much through a machine in hours. I mean, once again, you need to understand. That's what people need to understand, the level where some people live. I guess everybody thinks that everybody works at Taco Bell or something. Everybody doesn't work at Taco Bell.
And now he's nowhere to be found.
What a strange, insensitive, bizarre statement to make after your brother kills 60 people.
Oh, he was a cartoon character.
Yeah, we're rich. Yeah, what do you want?
Well, $100,000.
Yeah, so I guess they were asking him, like, how he was able to, the shooter was able to get access and get rooms and stuff like that.
And the shooter's girlfriend, who was in the Philippines at the time, but yet her player's card was found in the room, Marilou Danley, she's also kind of off the grid. She was cleared by the feds, but there's still no real word on whether or not she knew what was going to happen. Was she a part of it? Like, I just find it hard to believe that the biggest mass shooting on the most popular street in America, in a city where everything is recorded, and we know nothing of it. But yet somebody shoots up a school or a bowling alley, and I'm not saying those lives are less important. I'm not. But we know everything about that shooter that night, except for one of the biggest cities in America where everything's recorded. We've got nothing.
The Michigan shooter at the church.
Right.
People worshiping Christ. The guy rammed his truck in and started firing and explosions. We knew immediately everything about him. And this
weirdo, it's just like the Trump shooter, like the guy that shot Trump in the ear. We know nothing of that. Why? He fired a shot at the president. Why do we have no information on that at all? Same thing with Las Vegas here. And say what you want. Maybe this is tinfoil hat. Let me put the tinfoil hat on.
It's all right.
But there's a lot of people, and I kind of fall into this category, that believe MGM worked overtime to cover this whole story up. Because one of their hotels, the MGM Grand. And if you think about it, the sheriff that was in charge of the investigation at the time, Sheriff Lombardo, he decided to run to be the governor of Nevada. Traditionally a blue state. It wasn't super blue, but it was pretty blue. Why would MGM Grand fund a Republican candidate for governor? They would if he was in charge of the investigation of what was going on at the shooting at the Mandalay Bay. If that makes me tinfoil hat guy, then so be it. But, man, that's a big-ass coincidence right there. Vegas covers stuff up, man. They do. And I hate the fact that we don't know anything at all about what took place 8 years ago today. That being said, Mr. Attorney General from the great state of Indiana, Todd Rokita, please give me some legal stuff.
Legal stuff.
Crime, punishment, judges, legal stuff.
Legal stuff.
Dateline the UK, Nige.
Okay.
A UK man was so happy that he was going to be a dad.
Right.
He found out what the gender of his child was going to be, his first child. Then he went out, did a bunch of cocaine, drank 10 beers, stabbed somebody, and now he's serving 9 years in the joint.
Oh, something went wrong there. Something was awry. Something doesn't add up.
What did you do when you found out the sex of your first child?
I can tell you what I did when I found out that I was pregnant, that Lindsay was pregnant. She told me out at my parents' house in Liston that she was on the way. She stopped by a Burger King and took a pregnancy test. And then she met me out at my parents' house in Liston. And
Wasn't that a Humpty Hump song? I once got pregnant in a Burger King bathroom.
Let me clarify. I did not impregnate her in a bathroom, but she took a test in a Burger King bathroom, and then she came and told me that I was shouting. I was jumping for joy.
You didn't do a bunch of cocaine and stab somebody?
There was no cocaine involved. I could see probably maybe beers later.
Sure.
Yeah. But then when I found out I was having a girl at the ultrasound place where we go to find out if it's a boy or a girl, I started shouting as well.
Okay.
But no beers involved there. They don't
no stabbing? No
stabbing.
Cocaine involved?
No.
No 9 years in prison? Okay. So there's a lot of directions.
That's awful.
We could go down with this story. But since time's a factor here and we got to get to match traffic, I thought we could just do a series of CSI jokes, okay?
Okay, great.
These would be the types of jokes you would see at the beginning of the classic CSI TV series. Like this. With using all of that cocaine, alcohol, and violence, he's now been offered a football scholarship at Georgia. Okay, let's try another one here. If that's how guys celebrate their first child, we should all pray for Nick Cannon.
He's got like 18 kids.
All right, last one here.
All right.
Cocaine, alcohol, and stabbing someone, all for celebrating a sexual accomplishment. Or as we call it, pulling a Tony Katz. Little fun with CSI jokes there.
Wow. I did not see that one coming.
Matt Bear.
Westbound 74 crash clear before Ronald Reagan Parkway. Still slow off 465 for about a mile. Northwest side, northbound 465. Stop and go traffic after 79th to 865. And on the west side, a crash South High School Road at Morris Street. Inbound 65, 6-minute delay 29th to Meridian. Eastbound 76-minute delay Tibbs into the south split. Crash on the east side, Arlington Avenue at Radnor Road. On the east side, southbound 465, stop and go from 70 down to 74. Traffic sponsored by Staples. Have you heard? The Staples Easy Bunton is back with even more easy. Press for custom print shipping services, even passport photos. Staples, that was easy. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
83 at the American Standard Cooling Weather Center. Coming up at 4:35, Rick Snyder, FOP president, will join us. But up next, a fun round of Is This Anything?
An email just came through, Hammer and Nigel at WIBC.com. We were talking about the 8th anniversary of the shooting in Las Vegas. Greg writes, so you believe that every hotel in Las Vegas has a camera pointing from the outside at each and every hotel room window? Really?
Yeah. Yeah, pretty much. But
yeah, there's cameras everywhere, Greg.
But what would I know? I only go there twice a year for pretty much every year of my life. But what would I know? I only know managers of places that work there that used to train me at the casino in Shelbyville when I worked there. Right. They now have other responsibilities, Greg. Yeah. Can I call you Greg? But yeah, and I got news for you too. Sometimes the CIA, they do bad things. I know that's a shocking concept to people like Greg, too, but that's the real reality. Is This Anything is next.
At Community Health Network MD Anderson Cancer Center, you'll talk with an oncologist within 48 hours of your diagnosis, so you won't have to wait to start finding answers.
They got me in pretty quickly to meet my team. They gave me the plan and what they knew and what they wanted to do. I was really impressed with the care team and the approach they took.
Learn more about Community MD Anderson at ecommunity.com/cancer.
You gotta love Galaxy Concrete Coatings, like what they did to my garage, for example. Made my garage fun to be in again. I had an old, unmaintained, stained, cracked, chipped garage floor that hadn't been taken care of. Galaxy Concrete Coatings came in within a day, put a brand new coating on the floor that's 4 times stronger. The color's not going to fade. It's way easy to clean, and there's hundreds of different styles to choose from. So whether it's your garage, your basement, your pool deck, or any indoor or outdoor area concrete, GalaxyConcreteCoatings.com, or give them a call, 751-9070.
The fall season continues at Sundown Gardens. Visit the Garden Center for a large selection of locally grown mums, pumpkins, gourds, and fall decor. Now's a great time to shop and save. Happening now at Sundown Gardens, save 50% on all pottery and herbaceous perennials. The nursery is still full of a great fall selection of trees and shrubs. Save 50% on select nursery items. Sundown Gardens, located on the corner of 186th Street and Spring Mill Road in Westfield. SundownGardens.com.
As a mom, comforting my family is what I do best. Vicks Vapor Stick provides soothing, non-medicated Vicks vapors in an easy-to-apply stick, and it dries fast, so there's no mess. I use it to comfort myself and my family.
Thanks, Mom.
Vicks Vapo Stick, soothing comfort for the whole family. And try Vicks Vapo Shower Max for steamy Vicks vapors when you need more comfort for yourself. Use as directed.
Inside Indiana Business Radio, the news you need to get ahead.
Indiana's business news leader, weekdays at 6:32 a.m. and 5:56 p.m. on WIBC.
This hour powered by Price Point Comfort Heating and Cooling, your independent American Standard Air dealer.
Hammer and Nigel presents
It depends upon what the meaning of the word is.
Is this anything?
All right, let's rock and roll.
Yeah, we're brought to you by Indiana Unclaimed, a program presented by the Attorney General's office here in Indiana. Hammer, reuniting Hoosiers with over $1 million in unclaimed property every single week. Fast, easy, and free. Search and see if you have any money floating around out there. IndianaUnclaimed.gov.
Is this anything? A retired police officer in Florida was arrested after insulting workers at a McDonald's drive-thru and then fleeing law enforcement.
Oh.
Here with a statement is one of our favorites, Polk County Sheriff Grady Judd.
Yes.
We expect more of people who used to work for us. I'm embarrassed for his family, but make no mistake, you act like a McNut at McDonald's and you McDrunk saying McUgly things to the girls and putting a child's life in danger, you're going to jail. McJail every McTime. Have a good day.
And Nigel, update before we get your take here. Sheriff Judd is now scheduled for a rescheduled appearance on this show November 3rd.
Okay.
November 3rd.
Yeah, we had him scheduled a couple of weeks ago. Did I hear him say McNut and McJail? So let me get this straight. There was a retired police officer drunk. Sounded like there was a kid involved. Play that again, Kurt, if you don't mind.
We expect more of people who used to work for us. I'm embarrassed for his family, but make no mistake, you act like a McNut at McDonald's and you McDrunk saying McUgly things to the girls and putting a child's life in danger, you're going to jail. McJail every McTime. Have a good day.
If you're McDrunk, you're going to McJail. I can't wait to talk to him. I was so disappointed the first time we had it scheduled. It was last week, right? And he blew it off or something like that.
He had a funeral.
Yeah,
that was the excuse.
That was the excuse. Oh, that's great. Yeah, that's something.
Is this anything? A longtime band announcer for Florida A&M University, Joe Bullard, is under fire for what he said about an opposing team's, shall we say, fat dancers?
Well, I would say plus-sized.
I'd say fat. The honey bees. Here's what he said about the big old gals from Alabama State who were out on the field.
Congratulate them. They're now the new face of Ozempic.
They're the new face of Ozempic. Give him a round of applause.
First of all, if they're the face of Ozempic, they'd be skinny, right?
Well,
but you said they were plus-sized?
Very, very bigger gals, yes.
I don't know if this is anything or not. I do know that the university issued a statement and he personally apologized. But that's the new face of Ozempic. And the crowd reaction was classic, Kurt. Can you just play it one more time? They couldn't believe he said it.
Oh, that's too low. Like,
the guy's name's Joe Bullard. You heard that? Come on, Joe.
Can't make fun of the big old girls from Alabama State, Joe. What's wrong with you?
Yeah, it doesn't really make any sense, but okay.
But you know what, though? These dance teams and band things, like when you get to these historically black colleges and universities, they take this stuff seriously. Like, I don't know if anybody's ever seen the movie Drumline with Nick Cannon, who we referenced earlier. But, man, those fans get into these drum battles and dance battles and things like that at halftime. Like, sometimes halftime's better than the actual game itself.
Oh, yeah.
So you got the announcer here who probably got a little bit too excited, saw some big old gals out on the field on the rival team, kind of called him out, and now he's in trouble. Last one, is this anything? On Wheel of Fortune, they had one of the biggest winners in history, Christina from Stamford, Connecticut. Here she is quickly figuring out the winning clue in the moment that new host Ryan Seacrest opens the envelope to show what she wins.
Living things, that is the category. Christina's staring at me. Good luck.
Pack of coyotes.
Coyotes!
Christina, you're going to miss you at work. You just won $1 million. You won $1 million.
Wow. You're a millionaire.
Well, first of all, she's not a millionaire. I mean, the government, takes 60%, 50% of that?
Right.
Yeah, $500,000's okay.
And if that game is recorded in California, which I believe it is, boy, they're going to do everything they can to you to screw you.
Sure.
Which brings us to great moments in Wheel of Fortune history. That lady may have won $1 million.
Yes.
But my favorite moment was this guy's answer.
Tavares, right in the butt?
What?
No. Blake.
This is the best.
Yeah, that's it, I think. Yeah. Much better answer.
I might have to play that just the beginning one more time.
Okay.
People didn't catch that because it was very, very quick.
So, hold on. Let me set it up here, Kurt. The answer at the very end is this is the best. And this is that part of Wheel of Fortune where they just start lighting up random letters and you have to just buzz in or whatever with what you think is the answer. And this first guy says, right in the butt.
Tavares, right in the butt?
No. Like Wheel of Fortune would have that as a puzzle, right? That's right in the butt.
Congratulations.
Gave it to her last night.
$1 million right in the butt. You
right
win.
in the butt. It's the Hammer and Nigel show.
Kansas. Live. A night to remember. Friday, October 10th. Everwise Amphitheater at White River State Park. With special guest Jefferson Starship. On sale now at Ticketmaster.com. Part of the Jack Daniels Concert Series.
Hammer here from my friends at Diamonds Direct, Keystone at the Crossing. I was just there last weekend, and again, I walk in, they offer me a drink, they greet me. My girl Chris took great care of me. The customer service you get at Diamonds Direct, second to none. Those people are awesome. And this weekend, it's a big designer weekend. So the designer Takori will be in this weekend. So if you like the Takori line, get to Diamonds Direct, Keystone at the Crossing on the north side, and get something specially made for you by Takori. And remember, all through your experience at Diamonds Direct, they will treat you like a rock star. Their goal is to make sure you get the most for your money, the biggest bang for your buck. Diamonds Direct, Keystone at the Crossing. Tell them Hammer from Hammer and Nigel sent you.
I'm still going for it, even with higher stroke risk from atrial fibrillation, an irregular heartbeat not caused by a heart valve problem. Over a 3-year study, Eliquis apixaban tablets reduce stroke risk better than warfarin, and over 97% of Eliquis patients did not experience a stroke. A first stroke occurred in 2.9% of warfarin patients versus 2.3% of Eliquis patients.
Don't stop prescription Eliquis without asking your doctor. Stroke risk may increase. Eliquis can cause serious and potentially fatal bleeding. Don't take if you have an artificial heart valve, abnormal bleeding, or antiphospholipid syndrome. While taking, you may bruise more easily or bleed longer. A spinal injection increases blood clot risk, which may cause paralysis. Get medical help right away for unexpected bleeding or bruising, or back pain, tingling, numbness, muscle weakness, or incontinence. Aspirin products, NSAIDs, SSRIs, SNRIs, and blood thinners increase bleeding risk. Tell your doctor about planned medical or dental procedures. Learn more at Eloquist.com or call 1-855-ELOQUIS.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
What happened to the legendary wildlife advocate? You've got fair skies and 83 degrees on Monument Circle. I'm Jake McDaniel. Here's what's trending at 4:32. Her name is Jane Goodall, and she died today.
Goodall died of natural causes, according to the Jane Goodall Institute, which she founded.
She was in California as part of her speaking tour in the United States.
Aaron McCombs with the Institute announced Goodall's death at an event Wednesday in Pasadena.
Dr. Goodall's discoveries as an ethologist revolutionized science, and she was a tireless advocate for the protection and restoration of our natural world.
Goodall was 26 when she traveled to Tanzania to conduct what became a pioneering study on chimpanzees and their social structures, which led her to become a fierce advocate for animals and the environment.
Fox's Carmen Roberts reporting. The Jane Goodall Institute says her research helped the world have a better understanding of chimpanzees and revolutionized science. Goodall was 91. A government shutdown is in effect because leaders on Capitol Hill could not agree on how to fund federal spending. Democrats rejected the GOP's resolution, which was a 7-week funding extension, all because it did not include health care. House Democrat leader Hakeem Jeffries says he won't budge until they get a deal that both parties can agree on.
We will not support a partisan Republican spending bill that continues to gut the health care of everyday Americans. Health care is not a partisan issue. It's an American issue.
President Trump is claiming the Democrats are using the shutdown as a leverage to try and give free health care to people who are in the country illegally. Police say they got a call about an Indianapolis man named Jamarius Bryant who was in a stolen Ford Edge in Elkhart today. State Police Sergeant Ted Bonner says Bryant hit a girl at a bus stop in Elkhart and then was later seen in Marshall County after hitting a Prius, and officers had him boxed in.
But the driver wasn't ready to give up yet at this point, so he kicked out a rear window, climbed out, and then fled on foot with officers giving chase on foot. He was eventually tased and was taken into custody.
Both the girl and the driver of the Prius are okay, and Bryant is charged with attempted murder, resisting law enforcement, and theft. And now your WIBC closing bell report. At the closing bell, the Dow gained 43 points to 46,441. The S&P 500 rose 22 points to 6711, and the NASDAQ grew 95 points this afternoon to 22,755. Traffic and weather in 1 minute. It's 4:34.
By now, you've heard about IndianaUnclaimed.gov. It's a way to claim your unclaimed property from the Indiana Attorney General's Unclaimed Property Division. It's not a scam. It's not houses, boats, cars, or storage facilities. It isn't free money. So what exactly is it? It's your money. It belongs to you, and it's waiting for you to claim it. It's money from unclaimed wages or commissions, forgotten bank accounts, underlying shares, refunds, insurance proceeds, stock dividends, safe deposit box contents, overpayments, certificates of deposit, money orders, and more. The Indiana Attorney General's Unclaimed Property Division safeguards those funds while trying to locate and return those funds to the owner or heir. It's your money, you deserve it, and the Attorney General's office wants to make sure you get it. The Attorney General's Unclaimed Property Division has over $800 million just waiting to be claimed. Text Hammer and Nigel to 46220. That's Hammer and Nigel to 46220. Or visit IndianaUnclaimed.gov to claim yours today.
With traffic at 4:35, here's Matt Bear.
Downtown, eastbound 70 approaching the South Split. It is a stalled vehicle blocking the right lane and jamming us up back to Belmont Avenue. That's a 6-minute delay here at the moment. Inbound 65, stop-and-go traffic, 29 to Meridian, delayed 7 minutes. Southbound 65, 74-minute delay from the North Split down to the South Split. On the northwest side, northbound 465, stop-and-go 79th up to 865. Southbound lanes drag from 65 to Crawfordsville Road. Westbound 74 out of 465, it is slow out to Raceway Road. East side, southbound 465, 7-minute delay from 74 70 down to South Shadeland Avenue and inbound 69 stop and go from 96 to 82nd. Crash east side, Arlington Avenue at Radnor Road. Traffic sponsored by B Window. Right now, employee-owned B Window means business. Receive up to 50% off all products, plus 2.99% financing. Add an additional $550 off your project. Trust a local, trust employee-owned. Trust your home to bwindow.com. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
And now here's the forecast from the American Standard Cooling Weather Center.
We're expecting to work in a partly cloudy and dry night for Wednesday night with lows into the mid-50s. Thursday, we're going to see a little bit more cloud cover, partly to mostly cloudy skies expected during the day, but still warm. Temperatures will warm back into the low to mid-80s with light winds and dry air still in place. I'm Wish TV Storm Track 8 meteorologist Stephen Deanna for 93 WIBC.
I'm Jake McDaniel on the level on the go and on WIBC.com.
Hammer and Nigel, 93 WIBC.
You're a famous radio personality.
Famous. I'm not famous.
Yeah, I'm Nigel. Hammer's over there with a very special guest on the hotline.
Rick Snyder is the president of the Fraternal Order of Police, Lodge 86 here in Indy. Rick, I've been following your social media feed, and it looks like you had an amazing trip to North Carolina to check up on the hurricane damage and the victims. I want to talk about that here in just a moment, but we've been opening up our show the last couple of days about this violent stretch here in Indy. I keep hearing all of the leaders, crime is down, violent crime is down, but yet we had 5 homicides in a 24-hour period. I'm just curious as to your thoughts.
Yeah, guys, you know what we really had were 9 people shot, 1 stabbed with 5 killed in just 24 hours. That was from 1:30 a.m. yesterday to 1:30 a.m. today. I think what it shows is that the statistics, if you will, they don't matter when your capital city is under attack. And some are saying that we are under attack from within even. And when folks tune in on their TV or the radio like you guys, and they hear other people touting that violence is down, while the daily headlines show that mass shootings, mass murders, and mass carnage keep going up, it simply just does not ring true with residents and visitors. And I have to tell you that when we talk to folks in the neighborhoods or folks who are coming in to visit our community, their BS meters are pegged out to the red line. You know, the facts are this: Indianapolis is still averaging right now a homicide every 53 hours in our city. And I just did the analysis this morning, and we're still outpacing Chicago in homicides per capita by over 10%.
Wow.
And our leaders, especially our elected leaders, politicians in charge, are telling us that that's better than what it was for the past 5 years. But, guys, those are the past 5 years of the all-time record levels of violence. So I think in closing, I would say this. It's like saying that it's that fuel costs are going down when it's $4.50 a gallon, and now it's only $4 a gallon. The gas price is down, but they're still at record levels, and people know better.
Rick, you say we're being attacked. Who is attacking us?
Well, I think it's easy to say that we've been shortchanged and short-circuited in this capital city by our criminal justice system. I mean, time and time again, guys, we're seeing that police keep doing their jobs. I mean, take a look at the recent attacks on our police officers, where you've got officers who are in daily gun battles under daily attack, officers that have been shot at, and stabbed, yet IMPD officers keep standing the line. I think it proves that, once again, police are not the problem, and we're really confronted by our after-the-fact Billy Badass prosecutor and our woke-broke criminal justice system. They're the problem.
Yeah, you want to
talk
talk
about
about
be able to be willing to speak out about it.
Yeah, and I'm with you, Rick. You talk about the prosecutor. We had a story yesterday, and I know you posted on this too. There's a guy that's been arrested 99 times here in Marion County, and he's finally locked up because he attempted to murder someone. But 99 times, you've got a city county council who has a crime committee, and they don't want to meet. They don't want to talk about it. They voted for no more debate. Like, when I hear IMPD or local leaders say, guns are the problem, I kind of can't help but look at the prosecutor's office. Your officers, Rick, are arresting the same people over and over again. And we've got a city council who has a crime committee, and they don't want to talk about crime.
Well, guys, look at this one example. You had a 69-year-old man that was stabbed and critically injured who is continuing to fight for his recovery. The assailant in that, who had 99 prior arrests in this city, was arrested by the Lawrence Police Department, and he was charged with attempted murder by the police department. Yet I've got some breaking news for you guys. Shocker of all shocks, when you look up the case, it's already been automatically downgraded to only an aggravated battery, which is a level 3 felony. That means this case, without even taking its first breath in the court system, has automatically been downgraded and reduced, cutting the possible sentencing range from an attempted murder at 20 to 40 years of imprisonment all the way down to 3 years to 16 years, also allowing for suspendable prison time.
Wow.
And reduced bond to get back out of jail.
Unbelievable.
This is exactly what we're talking about, guys. And when you're arrested 99 times, I think it begs the question, what's the number? What's the number of times where somebody in a black robe finally says, you know what, I don't think this guy is getting it, and we need to hold him and remand him into custody until we get a handle on this?
Just out of curiosity, you say automatically downgraded. What does that mean exactly?
That's an intentional step taken by your prosecutor, who gets the final decision on what charges to file. So the police arrested for attempted murder.
Yeah.
They have probable cause for that.
Yeah.
You have a man that's been stabbed, and then the prosecutor comes in, reviews it, and automatically reduces it 2 levels down to an aggravated battery due to loss or impairment of a bodily function. And this is what we're left with. It's not only a dismissal to Indianapolis, but it's a dereliction of duty by both the prosecutor and the jurisprudence of the judges. It makes a mockery of the justice system, and it shortchanges the system. I think anyone looking at it, Nigel, would say it's deliberate indifference really to the offender, but it also leaves one to believe that there's culpability in the attack and the injury of the victim by the very system that's supposed to be dispensing justice.
Rick, do you ever get any sort of explanation from the judges or the prosecutor's department about why these things are taking place?
I told you guys, they believe that they are above reproach and that they don't have to answer such questions and shouldn't have to stand for any such questions. And guys, here's the behind-the-scenes deal. We're being told by media sources that the victim in this case, if you can believe this, was visiting our capital city potentially for the funeral of another murder victim.
Yeah, I read that.
And so what does that mean? I mean, here's my question. How is Visit Indy going to market and message that? Visit for one murder and stay for your own, and then to see more talk mirrors immediately downgrade the attack on your own life? I think once again it shows the devaluing of the sanctity of life here in our capital city.
Man, that's unbelievable to me. Like,
He's
very
awful.
rarely am I speechless, but holy crap.
That's awful.
Well, and who's reporting it, guys? Who's staying on that story?
That's a good question, too.
I see the stories, but I don't hear the questions being asked
Or
that
the
we're talking
updates,
about right now.
You don't see the updates a lot, too, and that's a problem.
That's right. You don't see them beating down anybody's door to get answers to these questions.
Rick Snyder's with us, the president of the Fraternal Order of Police, Lodge 86 here in Indy. Rick, I want to switch gears to something that'll actually give people some faith in humanity. You went on the road to North Carolina over the weekend, and you visited with a lot of the folks that had everything just basically taken away from them in that hurricane that hit a year or so ago. There are family members there that lost all of their loved ones, all of their possessions. They didn't get a lot of help from the federal government. You went out there and spoke to some of those folks. How's the recovery going?
Yeah, they didn't get a lot of help until this new administration. And now it's a 24-hour cycle. They're rebuilding the communities, rebuilding the roads and the bridges. And, you know, folks are trying to piece back together and rebuild their lives. We went out there, we met with the North Carolina Fraternal Order of Police, nearly 100 officers from around the state. There in Asheville, North Carolina, we received such a warm reception from them and recognition for all the efforts that we had during the hurricanes. But, guys, it was simply a testament to Hoosier hospitality. We were able to accept that recognition on behalf of the city of Indianapolis, our Indianapolis FOP, and the state of Indiana. Because you got to remember, guys, we really demonstrated what loving your neighbors is all about. This is a mountain community up there. We had the one area in Guerin Creek, Fairview area. You guys know I talk about her, Miss Martha. She lost a total of 11 direct family members. There were a total of 13 people killed just in their part of the mountain. And we were able to go back up, wrap our arms around Miss Martha, hang out with Pastor Ronnie there at the Chestnut Hill Baptist Church as they did their church service marking the 1-year anniversary, and just trying to hold them up so that they could reflect, remember, but also show the resilience of what mountain folks are all about. It's a great honor, but I just want to say kudos to Indiana and all those who pulled together to help send relief supplies out there. We couldn't have done it without you. And Hammer and Nigel, you guys were a big part of that with your audience, who is the best audience in the city of Indianapolis, and I can't thank you enough.
Rick, we appreciate those kind words, my friend. And as always, tell your officers to stay safe. And there's a lot of people out there rooting for them, despite having really what we're hearing, one hand tied behind their backs from a justice system here in Indy. Godspeed, my friend. Thank you.
They're going to keep standing in the line, guys. Keep praying for them.
It's the Hammer and Nigel Show.
Nobody cares for you like family. Family Heating and Air.
Maintenance is going to drastically increase the efficiency and performance of your system. It's also going to significantly improve the longevity of it. People think that they are saving money by skipping their maintenance, and in reality, they're just shaving years off the life and increasing the consumption of that unit, spending a lot more in the long term.
Get your tune-up today at Family Heating and Air, your trusted local independent American Standard heating and air conditioning dealer.
In light of recent events, there has been a call on the next generation to stand up and be bold. Life Church's 4th annual Truth Conference is designed to equip them by answering life's toughest questions about God, about faith, about life, about truth. On October 4th and 5th, we are inviting students 6th to 12th grade across Indy to unite in truth. To register and more, visit the events page at lifechurchin.com. It's more than a weekend, it's a turning point.
This is the Let's Revitalize Our Neighborhoods commitment. This is the Roll Up Our Sleeves and Pitch In commitment. This is Busey, where our commitment to strengthen our communities is a top priority. Through energetic, engaged volunteers, through monetary support, community leadership, and advocacy. Because Busey is more than a bank that does well, we're a bank that does good. Busey Bank, building business, growing wealth, since 1868. Member FDIC.
Truck drivers, don't miss out on the unmatched consistency of a Schneider driving job. At Schneider, you can find a driving position that fits your lifestyle and goals, all while getting the pay you deserve. Plus, Schneider drivers operate state-of-the-art, well-maintained equipment and have access to award-winning benefits and a 24/7 support team. Explore Schneider's huge selection of driving jobs today and find your perfect fit at SchneiderJobs.com. That's SchneiderJobs.com.
Our electric bills have increased as much as $50 each month. Governor Mike Braun is driving bills even higher. Instead of helping families, Governor Braun is doubling down on costly coal, gas, and nuclear. That means more pricey power plants that Hoosiers like us have to pay for. Utilities get richer, we pay more. Something has to give. Go to StopMikesHikes.com today to send Governor Braun a message. Hoosiers need affordable energy, not a blank check for greedy utilities. Paid for by Citizens Action Coalition.
This is James at Price Point Comfort Heating and Cooling. You can trust us with all your heating and cooling needs. We have over 150 years of combined experience.
PricePointComfort.com. Price Point Comfort is your trusted local independent American Standard heating and air dealer.
Up to 50% off and 2.99% financing, plus receive an additional $550 off your project.
Because at B Windows,
we mean business. We mean business.
Game day starts here with the Colts Ultimate Tailgate at the Slippery Noodle this Sunday, kicking off at 9:30 a.m. We're bringing the party with ice-cold drinks, tailgate games, prizes, and all the pre-kickoff buzz. It's Indy's biggest Sunday celebration.
All right, Matt Baer, what's going on?
Downtown, eastbound 70 approaching the south split. It is a stall in the right lane, causing stop-and-go traffic back to Belmont, delayed 7 minutes. Southbound 65, 70 slow because of construction. 3-minute delay from the north split down to the south split. Inbound 65, delayed 6 minutes from 29th to Meridian. Northwest side, northbound 465, stop and go after 79th up to 865. Southbound lanes are slow from 71st down to Crawfordsville Road. Inbound 69, stop and go traffic 106th Street to 465. That's a delay of 4 minutes. Traffic sponsored by B Window. Right now, employee-owned B Window means business. Receive up to 50% off all products plus 2.99% financing and an additional $550 off your project. Trust local. Trust employee-owned. Trust your home to bwindow.com. I'm Matt Baer. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
83 at the American Standard Cooling Weather Center. And Nigel, I can't believe, I mean, I should, but I still have a hard time believing that violent, habitual, and that's an understatement, offender that stabbed someone to the point where he got an attempted murder charge has already been softened by the prosecutor's office.
Downgraded was the word that Rick Snyder used. But you have to remember, too, the background. He's been in jail 99. He's been arrested 99 times.
Right.
99.
9 times. 99 times. But the judges and the prosecutor's office should be ashamed of themselves. And you know who else should be ashamed of themselves? People who have voted for Ryan Mears. Look, I get it. You might hate Republicans. There's a lot of Republicans that hate Republicans. I get that. You don't have to be a Republican to vote out incompetence, because there are certain positions of power where politics should not be in play. Like, I don't care if you're a Republican or Democrat coroner. I don't care if you're a Republican or Democrat surveyor.
Yeah.
And I don't care if you're a Republican or Democrat prosecutor. You should just follow the law. And Ryan Mears, he would rather be a public defender than a prosecutor. And when that bald-headed goon in those Jordans gets out on television and starts doing a victory lap on, well, the crime is down.
Crime's down.
Oh, kiss my
down
big,
from what?
fat Beach Grove backside. You're so full of crap.
It ain't down the past couple of weeks. I can tell you that for sure.
Right. And it's only down from the record level that you're responsible for.
It's not down for the past 24 hours.
I mean,
5 people?
Hogsett sucks. There's no doubt. Boss Hogsett sucks. Mears is worse. Mears is worse. Your prosecutor and his predecessor was a Democrat, and I had no problem with Terry Curry. Terry Curry was a Democrat. I thought he did a good job. But Ryan Mears would rather be a public defender. And listen, I don't care if you're white or you're black, if you're a Republican or Democrat. You want to live in a safe neighborhood. You want a safe community. You have to have faith that your elected officials, whether you like their politics or not, are doing the best they can to make sure you are living in a safe Indianapolis. Ryan Mears is doing the opposite. But I feel like I'm old man yelling at the cloud. He's going to win by 60% of the vote if he decides to run again because there's a blue D next to his name. That's it. You're a Democrat in Marion County. Usually the Republican Party throws up there somebody that is either a sacrificial lamb, or if they're a good candidate, like Cindy Carrasco was for the prosecutor's office, they've got no shot because people just vote straight party ticket. It's awful.
Yeah, we know Hogsett doesn't like Mears.
No, not at all. That wasn't his choice. When Terry Curry passed away, it's up to the mayor to select a choice, and then the council gets together, and then they pick somebody. That wasn't his choice. He wanted somebody else. And Joe Hogsett, you guys know, I am certainly not somebody that's going to invite him over to watch the Colts game this weekend. But if I have to pick my poison here, who's worse for Indianapolis, Joe Hogsett or Ryan Mears? It's Ryan Mears.
And some of the judges.
The judges, too. Yep, you're absolutely right.
Stoner, is that guy's name?
Oh, he retired, but just when you thought you were, clear of that guy, he's now one of the fill-in judges. So if somebody goes on vacation or somebody gets sick or incapacitated, here comes this loser that we thought we were done with. I'm telling you, there's a reason why Indianapolis has a higher homicide rate per capita than Chicago. It's your elected officials, it's your judges. It's not the gun that magically floats up into the air and pulls the trigger. No, it's the violent repeat offender that's out on the street, and it's probably been put out there by the people you have voted for as a city.
At the very least, Hogsett circumvented or went around Ryan Mears with the U.S. attorneys and swore in special attorneys to federally prosecute violent crimes in Marion County because Ryan Mears wasn't doing his job.
Right. Like, Ryan Mears should be embarrassed by all of this, but he's not because he doesn't care. He wants to be the mayor. That's all he wants to do.
Good luck.
Top stories coming up next.
Right now to help veterans all across America. So if you have an old car, truck, or van, even a motorcycle or an RV sitting around, you can right now give it away and help the vets. They really need your help. And your car will help support the vets and their families. And guess what? You even get a tax donation. Plus, we'll even come and pick up your car for free. And all you've got to do is pick up your phone right now and make a free call. Now is the perfect time to do something good for the vets. Give back to the vets right now for all they've done for this country. And your old car can really help them. So call the Veterans Car Donation Program right now for free pickup of your vehicle. Help the vets and help your taxes at the same time. Call right now.
800-883-3024. 800-883-3024. 800-883-3024. That's 800-883-3024.
Struggling with chronic joint pain? Don't want risky surgery or endless pills? QC Kinetics is your answer. Our non-invasive treatment stimulates your body's own biologics and has a fantastic success rate without lengthy recovery or harmful medications. Ready to live your life pain-free? Go to qckinetics.com/Indianapolis or call 317-559-PAIN and get a no-obligation consultation. Whether it's stem cell, PRP, or a number of other revolutionary therapies, QC Kinetics should be the last call you make. Call 317-559-PAIN.
So fired up for a Hammer and Nigel road show, Coach's Tavern, downtown, Friday, October 3rd. It's brought to you by the Finnish Long Drink.
The Finnish Long Drink is financially backed by golfer Ricky Fowler and actor Miles Teller. You guys are going to love this, and we're going to sample some of these at Coach's Tavern downtown Friday, October 3rd. It's kind of my birthday party with the Finnish Long Drink. We hope to see you there.
Let's go! You're still glowing, flirting, grooving. You still got it. But your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, and COVID-19. Vaccines are a key part of any health routine and help strengthen your immune response. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Schedule in minutes at vaxassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Luxury awaits you at Tom Roush Lincoln and Fishers. Come see the full line of breathtaking Lincoln vehicles at Indiana's premier Lincoln dealership. From the moment you arrive at Tom Roush Lincoln, you'll know you've arrived. Shop over 200 new Lincolns in our state-of-the-art family-owned and operated dealership with no pressure. Just the award-winning service and respect you deserve, plus complimentary pickup and delivery for service. Luxury awaits you at Tom Roush Lincoln and Fishers.
Coming up in 2 minutes from the Technology Recycler Studios, a man was spotted in Elkhart and was later arrested. You'll hear about a revamp on Washington Street on the east side of Indianapolis and why former Indianapolis Colts linebacker Shaquille Leonard will be honored at this Sunday's Colts game. Those stories are coming up next right after Fox News. You're listening to 93 WIBC, WIBC HD1 Indianapolis. It's 5 o'clock.
Large-scale layoffs may be coming. Elisa Brady, Fox News, as a government shutdown continues.
Layoffs are expected in a matter of days across federal agencies. Vice President J.D. Vance says if the government shutdown drags on.
We're going to have to save money in some places so the essential services don't get turned off in other places.
But layoffs are unusual for a government shutdown. Federal workers are often furloughed, but return to work when government reopens. Democrats want Affordable Care Act tax credits extended as part of a spending bill, as well as repealing some health care provisions of the One Big Beautiful Bill. Republicans say that would undo safeguards that are preventing migrants in the country illegally from accessing health benefits.
Fox's Jared Halpern at the White House. Some lawmakers from both sides of the aisle are having preliminary conversations about a possible shorter interim spending bill after the House passed 7-week plan and a 4-week Democrat proposal failed to advance again in the U.S. Senate. A federal crime crackdown moves forward in Memphis.
Attorney General Pam Bondi says the government's Safe Task Force in Memphis will get crime under control.
Memphis has the highest violent murder rate in the entire country. Just this year alone, they've had 150 murders, and it's going to stop.
Revealing earlier, in just 48 hours, the task force has made 53 arrests and seized 20 illegal firearms. Also noting officials found a missing minor and recovered guns from the home of a murder suspect.
Fox's Kristen Goodwin. While heading to Memphis, Bondi also saying she'd spoken with the city's Democratic mayor, who has expressed concern about the use of National Guard troops. The administration also defending efforts to protect ICE facilities from violent protests, including a detention center near Chicago, where more than 800 illegal immigrants have been arrested since an operation began in early September. America's listening to Fox News.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
A police chase in Elkhart in a crash in Marshall County. Sunny skies and 83 degrees on Monument Circle. Low tonight is 55. I'm Jake McDaniel. Here's what's trending at 5:02. John Herrick reports on what was behind all of that.
Police believe a man from Indianapolis named Jamarius Bryant stole a Ford Edge, and he was in Elkhart when he was spotted by Elkhart police, which caused the chase Wednesday morning.
During that chase, it went past a bus stop where a teenage girl was attempting to get out of the way of the vehicle and kind of stumbled or kind of fell into the side and was struck by that fleeing vehicle.
State Police Sergeant Ted Bonner says the girl is okay, but eventually Bryant got into Marshall County after nearly hitting 2 Plymouth police officers, and he collided with a Prius. No one was hurt, but Bryant was tased and arrested on several charges, one of which is attempted murder. John Herrick, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
A city-county councilor is detailing a plan to revitalize East Washington Street in Indianapolis. Here's Jarrett Lewis.
The attention will be in the area between Post Road and Carroll Road. The area includes Washington Square Mall and other landmarks that used to attract a lot more people. Republican council member Michael Paul Hart told Wish TV this week that there's room for growth in that portion of the street.
It's not getting the attention that it needs, and that's why it's so important that we can reinvest in our main street and then make sure that we've got the most vibrant street in Indianapolis.
Hart said he's working with a firm called Genovis to try and bring more businesses to the city's east side. There's also a $300,000 city grant to help start the revamp plan. Jarrett Lewis, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
And the Indianapolis Colts said that former linebacker Shaq Leonard will retire as a Colt. The Colts put out a tribute video for Leonard Wednesday morning. Here's what part of it sounded like.
I got a heart of a lion, boy. Heart of a lion. He just literally punched it out. Punch free by who else? A pick six for the Maniac.
The Maniac was a nickname he had when Leonard played for the Colts from 2018 to 2023. He made 3 Pro Bowls and was the Defensive Player of the Year in the NFL in 2018. WIBC News Time is 5:04. You've got traffic and weather in 1 minute.
Without an Advent clinic nearby, people suffering needlessly from chronic nasal congestion and sinus infections would be stuck with either Band-Aid or Sledgehammer solutions. Band-Aids are pills or nasal sprays, and they're not true solutions. Surgery is a sledgehammer, and that's what we're trying to avoid. Because most people don't need surgery for nose and sinus issues, nor do they want a 14-day recovery. Our unique Advent approach can, in 20 minutes in our office, open your blocked nose for good, with only 1-day recovery. I'm Advent founder Dr. Kandula. Outside of Advent's 4 walls, invasive surgery is what they'll recommend. But here you will find effective and convenient in-office solutions to help you stop the need for Band-Aids and avoid the sledgehammer.
Go to adventknows.com to schedule your appointment, because Advent knows when you breathe well, you live better. AdventKnows.com. Most insurance accepted.
Traffic at 5:05. Here's Matt Bear.
All right, inbound 70 slows a rural to the north split. Inbound 65, 8-minute delay 29th to Meridian. Eastbound 70 approaching the south split. That is a stall, and it is in the right lane, causing stop-and-go traffic back to Harding Street, delayed 5 minutes. Southbound 6570, construction delayed. North split to the south split, running 3 minutes behind right now. Northbound 65 slows Meridian up to 21st. On the northwest side, southbound 465 stop-and-go from 71st down to West 56th Street, and again slow on the southbound side from Crawfordsville Road down to West 10th. Crashes east side, 30th at Cumberland Road. Crash Arlington Avenue at Radnor Road. Also a crash on the northwest side. It's West 71st at Georgetown. Traffic sponsored by Brownsburg Landscape. Don't miss Brownsburg Landscape's big fall tree sale this weekend only. All trees are 40 to 70% off, and pallets of paver and wallstone are buy one, get one free. Visit BrownsburgLandscape.com. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
Here's the forecast from the American Standard Cooling Weather Center.
We're in for a partly cloudy Wednesday night with lows falling down into the mid-50s. Thursday will feature partly to mostly cloudy skies, but temperatures will be above normal still with numbers in the low to mid-80s. I'm Wish TV Storm Track 8 meteorologist Stephen Deanna from 93 WIBC.
I'm Jake McDaniel on the level on the go and on WIBC.com.
Hammer and Nigel.
Can you believe these characters are weirdos?
So let's rock it!
Well, Hammer, I've had a couple of different meltdowns today. I think you were witness to one of them behind the scenes. We don't have to get into it. When Hammer has to ask me if I'm okay, you know.
I was the voice of reason.
It was the voice of reason. That was second. That happened second. First is when I woke up. I had a meltdown. My wife is out of town. My dog is pooping its crate. My puppy is just, everything's going crazy. And then on top of it all was that I saw that the government shut down. And yeah, it's been a stressful day for me. How about you?
I called 1-800-9-WITH-IT, the gambling help hotline, and said, this isn't really a gambling issue, but I don't know who else to turn to because the government is shut down. I just need somebody to talk to right now.
You called the gambling hotline.
I will not confirm nor deny that my friends and I have gambled on whether or not a man or a woman would answer the phone at the gambling hotline. That's a true story.
Uh-huh.
But I walked through my neighborhood. I was listening to Dust in the Wind.
Yes.
How can I function when the government shut down?
Yes.
Now, 75% of the government still going to work, still getting a paycheck.
Yes.
But it's just the 25% that's the loudest, biggest pain in the ass that wants you to believe your lives have come to an end. Most Republicans and Democrats heard the news that a government shutdown has taken place, and they looked at each other and did that predator high five like, you saw in the movie with Carl Weathers and Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Sure.
That's what's bringing people together. So the only people that care about this are the people involved in it. Most of the people in this country, most, not all, but most, are happy that it's closed. You guys can't cause any more chaos. You can't spend any more money if you're shut down, even though 75% of them are still going to work. Maxine Waters. Mad Maxine.
Vaccine Waters!
She was protesting outside the Capitol when a reporter came up to her and basically questioned if the rumors were true that the Democrats are holding out because they want money to go to health care of illegal aliens.
I want to prioritize the health care of illegal aliens over a government shutdown, because if the government does shut down, Americans...
Excuse me, stop it right there. We're not prioritizing. What we're doing is saying simply we want to keep the government open, and we want to work with the Republicans and have a bipartisan agreement to keep this government open, and health care is at the top of our agenda.
But aren't Democrats demanding health care for illegal aliens?
Democrats are demanding health care for everybody. We want to save lives. We want to make sure that health care is available to those who would die, but having the help of their government.
Listen to the way she talks about herself. you people would die if it wasn't for people like me sticking up for you. She's an idiot. Like, listen to her speak. She's an idiot, and yet she's in charge of our, part of it, our national security, our healthcare system.
She's encouraged violence before.
Oh, yeah.
Towards the other party. Push back, surround them.
You see them in a crowd.
Yeah.
You got to push back on them. That moron in her big wig. Here's a little bit more of some reporter grilling her.
So you're good with the government shutdown, even if it means giving health care to people who aren't American citizens?
Well, that's what you're pushing on. What you're trying to do is you're standing here and you're trying to make me say that somehow we're going to put non-citizens over Americans. Quit it. Stop it. This is the kind of journalism we don't need.
No, I'm just
you're
asking
divisive.
questions.
No, you're not.
Yeah, no,
you're being divisive. No, please. You don't need to ask that question. You're just trying to get controversy here. You're not going to get it from me. We want to save health care for all people. Thank you.
Thank you, Congresswoman. Appreciate it.
Yeah, all people, including people that are here illegally. Democrats have lied about the shutdown to protect unfair, illegal alien health care. Democrat leaders claiming the government shutdown was caused by Republicans. Hammer, was the government shut down by Republicans because every single Republican, almost every single Republican in the Senate voted to open the government. And even some Democrats did too.
And we're going to talk about this with Tony Kennett when he calls in here in just about 20 minutes from now, because Chuck Schumer, he's kind of limping to the finish line as the face of the Democrats, despite having no support in the back. Everybody's laughing at him. He's not creating any energy. And I don't think he understands that the internet exists, because he's saying the total opposite of the last government shutdown.
He's still doing dial-up, even though dial-up, I believe, ended today by AOL.
He's got the dial-up.
I can't get the dial-up to work. It ended today.
And he goes back to cook those frozen burgers on the grill.
With that cheese on top.
Dateline Chicago, some ICE raids beginning. The violent Venezuelan gang, Tren de Agua, they had a big raid in the South Shore neighborhood of Chicago. The raid involved several agencies, 300 federal officers, tons of arrests took place. I believe the ICE agents also arrested the Chicago Cubs bats because they haven't been able to find them today. But no, I'm all for these ICE raids in Chicago.
Were the ICE agents wearing masks, for God's sake?
That's a big deal in California.
Take them off.
Gavin Newsom will not stand for your ICE agents wearing masks.
Whatever.
Antifa, sure. Put as many on as you want. Have like 5 or 6 of them on. It's fine. But ICE agents, my God, better not put those things on. Dateline Colorado, a man suspected of committing multiple robberies in Colorado was spotted because he was walking around in the background of a live TV shot while they were filming a segment about him. He was arrested 10 minutes later after viewers were like, hey, that's the guy. Here's the moment that the reporter, Justin Adams, spotted the suspect.
Yo. Hey, put the camera on him. Yo. You see this person right here? Is this him? Would it be crazy if we actually found the guy right now? Because we saw a person who was literally fitting the description, who just walked by our camera.
Dude, you would have been a hero if you would have went and tackled him.
Right?
Like, if the guy, I don't know if the guy was armed or not, but if as viral as that clip is now, could you imagine if you were a reporter on scene and you saw the guy that they were after and you tackled him?
You just toss the mic like a wrestler in WWE that's in the ring. You toss the mic, then you start going at it. That'd have been amazing. Like, he'd be booked on every, news outlet in this country. He'd be a viral star.
World.
Right?
Oh.
Because from what I gather, I read up on this, the reporter, Justin Adams, he started getting messages on, like, the live feed. Like, we have a live YouTube feed here on our show.
Right.
He started getting messages of listeners going, that's the guy. That totally looks like the guy. So he's looking at messages in real time, and he's like, wait a minute. I think that's the guy. Nige, a couple in India, they're getting a divorce.
Oh, no.
Because of irreconcilable pets. The wife's cat, the husband's dog.
I thought you were going to say differences.
No. Pets. The wife's cat, the husband's dog, they're not getting along, so they put on the document that they filed irreconcilable pets, and that's grounds for ending the marriage.
I think that's probably that's legit. What are you supposed to do? What are you supposed to do? You're living with. Are you going to put something down? Are you going to put one of the pets down?
Or maybe you just try your best to separate them. I don't know, but I feel like there's got to be a better solution.
Well, it doesn't feel like they want to put in the work, and it has more to do with them than the pets.
Right. And I feel like this is probably just the cherry on top of the sundae. Like,
sure.
He's probably cheated on her, and she's probably gone out and turned trick after trick, but they're going to blame it on the pets. I've seen it a million times. Matt Bear.
Northeast side crash eastbound 465 before Allisonville Road, and it's blocking the left lane. Stop traffic back to Westfield Boulevard at a delay of 13 minutes. Checking out downtown, it's inbound 65 on an 8-minute delay, 29th to the north split. Eastbound 70 delayed 4 minutes, Harding into the south split. Southbound 65, 70 stop and go traffic north split down to the south split because of construction. Inbound 70 slow to the north split from rural. On the west side, southbound 465 stop and go from 71st all the way past Crawfordsville Road. South side pockets of slow on eastbound 465 from I-69 over to Arlington Avenue, and on the east side, southbound 465 slow from 70 to 74 and a delay of 5 minutes. Traffic sponsored by Freegee and Freegee Auctioneers. 2 great auctions, one day, October 2nd. The fall equipment and ag auction starting at 9 a.m. Eastern, and the public automobile auction starting at 6 p.m. Eastern. Don't miss this action-packed day. License number AC312-00002. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
Again, we want to see all of you people at Coach's Tavern this Friday.
Ooh, that's right.
We're doing the big live show starting at 3. And, man, YouTube chat, Twitter folks, Facebook, Instagram followers, listeners, everybody. Just one big happy meetup down there. We're all going to get real liquored up. We might touch each other. We're going to sing. We're going to dance. Someone might get pregnant. I don't know, but it's going to be exciting. That's Friday. Thank you to The Long Drink for sponsoring it. Let's all have one of those to kick off Beer Sample Friday.
The Finnish long drink. I was going to try to do October. Do you know what October is?
A stupid thing where people say they're not drinking.
Just like dry January.
I'm doing dry January. How about you just have a few cocktails here and there and you hold your booze? How about that?
No.
Or how about you do it and just not tell everybody? Dry January, sober October. I do CrossFit. I got it. Thanks. 82 at the American Standard Cooling Weather Center. Are you okay with this? Next.
Frantic search after a school collapse.
93 WIBC.
91 students still unaccounted for.
What happens next?
Bad for them and irreversible by them.
Happens here.
Members of Congress will still get paychecks in the shutdown.
Air traffic controllers are on the job and benefit checks still go out.
Stay in the know.
Gunshots and body bags.
While you're on the go.
5 people are killed in a matter of hours.
It puts everyone in the community at risk.
I have tried to have these conversations in private. There is no intention of accepting there's a problem.
On air, online, and on Alexa.
Join Citizens Energy Group for free food, fun, and family-friendly activities at Community Resource Day on Saturday, October 4th from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. at Citizens Energy Group, located at 2020 North Meridian Street. Connector resources, assistance programs, and more. On-site translation services provided by Intrends Inc. Enjoy free food, giveaways, and fun. Community Resource Day is Saturday, October 4th at 10 a.m. Visit citizensenergygroup.com/CRD.
Who needs a Vegas trip to win big? McCordsville's got the jackpot right here.
Financial Center, your newest credit union, is throwing a sidewalk series from September 30th through October 17th, every Tuesday through Friday from 11 to 2. Play games, win prizes, and enter a giveaway for $1,000 cash. So skip the long flight and just join Financial Center on the sidewalk. Find out more and explore exclusive offers at fcfcu.com/McCordsville. Federally insured by NCUA. Giveaway terms and conditions apply.
There's one name for every home system: Chapman. Heating, air conditioning, plumbing, drains, electrical, and now proudly serving Bloomington. Remember the man for all seasons, and now more reasons. Chapman. ChapmanHeating.com.
Let's go! You're still glowing, flirting, grooving. You've still got it. But your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, and COVID-19. Vaccines are a key part of any health routine and help strengthen your immune response. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Schedule in minutes at vaxassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Inside Indiana Business Radio, the news you need to get ahead. Indiana's business news leader, weekdays at 6:32 a.m. and 5:56 p.m. on WIBC.
Up to 50% off and 2.99% financing, plus receive an additional $550 off your project.
Because at B Windows,
we mean business. We mean business.
This hour powered by Price Point Comfort Heating and Cooling, your independent American Standard Air dealer.
Are you really okay with this?
Are you okay? Everything's gonna be okay.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine.
I'm pretty far from okay.
Are you okay with this? On the Hammer and Nigel show.
Oh, yeah! Hammer and American just won one of the biggest cheese competitions in the world.
USA!
For the first time. These are known as cheesemongers.
Cheesemongers.
Amelia is a cheesemonger, an expert who studied at the Philly Cheese School.
The very prestigious Philly Cheese School. I got my doctorate there.
Here's Amelia talking all about it.
My teammate this year, Courtney Johnson, and I are the first all-female Team USA. In other parts of the world, like Europe, being a cheesemonger is seen as a very respected career. In America, it's not quite as respected as it should be. It's definitely skilled labor. We have to have an encyclopedic knowledge of the cheeses in the case. It definitely made me feel a sort of responsibility to portray American cheesemongers as well as I could, to say, hey, we're breaking these boundaries. We're going to do this.
I have no idea what Amelia de Albero looks like, but I bet if she moves to Wisconsin, she would be treated like a queen. It's a cheese culture in Wisconsin.
Well, I guess a cheesemonger is somebody that specializes in selling cheese.
Right. She would be the equivalent to like the Queen of England, where you might not have any authority, but she would be treated like a queen in Wisconsin.
But I feel like monger is like, you know, like this political guy, this president is he's a warmonger.
Somebody who wants something.
Yeah,
she wants cheese.
She's a cheese. You're a cheesemonger. I'm a warmonger.
I'm a beer mongerer. That's what I am, and we're gonna do some of that on Friday. But no, I'm totally okay with this. Do me a favor, Nigel, real quick. Google search this woman's name, Amelia de Albero. Because in my mind, I feel like she's attractive. I do. I have no idea what she looks like. She might be some 400-pound sweat hog mama with a face like a gent, but I have no idea. I'm going to bet she's hot.
Hot.
All right, see?
Yeah.
Told you. She just sounded hot.
She's got like she's very dark hair, bright red lipstick. And she's surrounded by cheese is what I'm looking at.
Do you think she feels pressure when there are pitch-ins at work? Like, I bet you're going to bring some just awesome cheese contraption, whether it's the nachos, whether it's the charcuterie board.
Look, if your job is cheesemonger, if that's what you fill out on your resume, if that's what you put down on an application, yes, you're gonna.
You better know your stuff.
Yeah.
Like, you can't be the gun guy and say, well, I'm not really all that well versed on firearms.
Exactly.
You got to be the best at what you do if you're going to be a monger at it. Good for her.
Stupidest thing ever. I've never heard of that before in my life. Are you okay with this? A woman got too hungry at a wedding, and you might understand this, Hammer. You worked in weddings for a long time as a DJ. A woman got too hungry at a wedding and ordered a pizza to be delivered. Many think it was really rude for a formal occasion. Here is her side of the story.
Went to a friend's wedding, but it was a really long day. The wedding took place at 12. When it got to 8 p.m. with no food in sight, I was absolutely struggling. I was starting to get hangry, so me and my friend who I was with decided to order a pizza sneakily to the venue. When it arrived, I slipped outside to grab it, and I shared it with a couple of other people at the table who were also starving. Word got round, and now the bride is furious with me and said if I'd just been patient, food was arriving in the next 30 minutes. She told me that I embarrassed her, but some others told me it was tacky and disrespectful.
I heard 12 to 8.
First of all, let me address something real quick here.
Okay.
When you talk real soft like that, like Biden, it creeps me out.
Yes.
Weirds me out.
Here's her side of the story.
The lotion on the skin. So, that aside,
puts the lotion on the skin.
I'm okay with this because you know who probably ruined this? Either the bride herself or the photographer. Nothing sucks the life out of a wedding like a photographer who takes forever. People get hangry. They are dressed up. They want to drink and eat, but they're waiting on you. And sometimes when you're getting the party going as a DJ, you got people out on the dance floor. They're doing shout. They're singing. They're dancing. It's the photographer that stops everything. We've got to get sunset pictures. No. I'm taking everybody outside. Oh, it's the absolute worst. So between the bridezilla and the pain in the backside photographer, I understand. Maybe this woman had kids that were getting hungry, couldn't wait anymore. Maybe they had a medical condition. Hurry the hell up. Let these people eat and then get your pictures.
Lindsay and I's wedding at the Ritz-Carlton, I remember my late grandfather coming out and said, hey, let's get this show. He had a throat condition. Let's get this show on the road. We're all hungry out here.
Oh, I've had to tell wedding couples that too. I've had
my
to tell
grandpa, but my grandpa told me, I'm sorry, Grandpa. Yeah, let's go, because we were all outside in the hallway drinking and partying, and everybody was inside waiting. And
yeah, you guys got to come on.
I know.
Drink and party inside.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's your night. You can do that inside, but let's go. Let's get the food going.
I'll never forget that. He's like, let's just show on the road.
Oh, man. Some of those brides, where I have to go back and tell them,
my fault.
Hey, you got to get this thing going. People are leaving. You know, they're not going to stay. They're going to leave because they're so hungry and ticked off. Let's go. All right, coming up here in just a moment, Tony Kennett, the Tonus, will join us. Now, he is not doing his show tonight because he's on assignment with the Daily Signal.
Yes.
But he's still going to call us, and we've got to talk a little bit about government shutdown and the Pete Hegseth speech and all things in between. That is coming up next. Tony Kennett, the Tonus, he's up right after Jake does the news.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
Remembering a chimpanzee expert. Skies are sunny and 84 degrees in downtown Indianapolis. Lows tonight in the mid-50s. I'm Jake McDaniel. Here's what's trending at 5:29. Her name is Dr. Jane Goodall, and she died today at 91. Fox's Carmen Roberts has more.
In a statement, the United Nations said it's mourning her passing, calling her a UN messenger of peace and recognizing her invaluable legacy in promoting harmony between people and nature. The Jane Goodall Institute, which she founded, says Dr. Goodall died of natural causes in California, where she was set to appear as part of a speaking tour. Goodall went to Africa at age 26 to study chimpanzees, where she won their trust and revolutionized science. Carmen Roberts, Fox News.
The government shut down last night because Congress could not pass a spending bill. Republicans wanted a clean bill, meaning no huge additions, while Democrats pushed for over $1 trillion in health care. Kentucky Senator Rand Paul tells Fox's The Story with Martha McCallum he judges any spending bill mainly by how much it adds to the debt.
The Republican plan adds about $2 trillion to the debt. The Democrat plan would add about $3 trillion to the debt.
President Trump threatened to cut government programs that Democrats favor in retaliation. Office of Management and Budget Director Russ Vought promised mass firings. This led to the two biggest federal employee unions, the American Federation of Government Employees and the American Federation of State, county and municipal employees, to sue Vought over those threats. Indiana Congressman Jefferson Shreve has pledged to refuse his salary during the government shutdown, arguing Democrats are threatening vital government services by blocking a Republican funding bill. Shreve will not accept pay and will instead donate the equivalent amount to the Johnson County Boys and Girls Club in Franklin, Indiana. Shreve said he will not accept a paycheck while the political gridlock threatens pay for hardworking federal employees and military families. And the MLB postseason is back today. Over on the East Coast, the New York Yankees will try to force a Game 3 when they face the Boston Red Sox this evening at 6 Eastern. And finally, the LA Dodgers will be looking to eliminate the Cincinnati Reds later tonight at 9 Eastern. With your traffic at 531, Matt Bear, what you got?
All right, Jake, looking at eastbound 465 on the north side, just shy of Allisonville Road, we have a crash, and it's been pushed to the shoulder. Traffic still jammed, not quite to Meridian Street, but we're getting there. A 16-minute delay right now. East side, southbound 465, stop and go 7274, and a crash on the east side. This is East 30th Street at Cumberland Road. Also a crash, Arlington Avenue at Radnor Road. On the west side, southbound 465, slowing from West 71st past the I-74 ramps. Looking at downtown, inbound 65 delayed 7 minutes, 29th to the north split. Eastbound 73-minute delay, Harding into Meridian. Southbound 65, a 72-minute delay because of construction, north split down to the south split. East side, southbound 465, stop and go traffic from 7274, 10-minute delay. And on the south side, pockets of slow running eastbound 465 from 69 to Emerson Avenue. Traffic sponsored by B Window. Right now, employee-owned B Window means business. Receive up to 50% off all products, plus 2.99% financing and an additional $550 off your project. Trust local. Trust employee-owned. Trust your home to bwindow.com. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
We're expecting to work in a partly cloudy and dry night for Wednesday night with lows into the mid-50s. Thursday, we're going to see a little bit more cloud cover, partly to mostly cloudy skies expected during the day, but still warm. Temperatures will warm back into the low to mid-80s with light winds and dry air still in place. By Friday to end the work week, we're expecting a return to mostly sunny skies and temperatures that'll push into the mid-80s. I'm Wish TV Storm Track 8 meteorologist Stephen Deanna for 93 WIBC.
And that was your forecast from the American Standard Cooling Weather Center. And I'm Jake McDaniel on The Level on the Go and on WIBC.com.
The Hammer and Nigel Show. My name is Nigel. Jason Hammer right over there with a very special guest on the hotline.
He is an investigative reporter for the Daily Signal, and he's also the man that hosts the Tony Kennett Cast, Monday through Friday, 7 p.m., right after our show here at 93 WIBC. Tony Kennett joins us. And Tony, I don't know what I'm supposed to do with myself. I'm walking around, I'm kicking rocks, I'm listening to dust in the wind. How am I supposed to go on with life knowing the government has shut down?
I mean, look, we all grieve in our own ways. I stood outside the post office this morning, cried for like 15 minutes. It was a tragedy, but then I got mad. And I'm mad for the first time at our vice president. I'm mad at J.D. Vance.
Oh.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah. And let me tell you why. Because that man, who I helped get elected, I was so supportive. Now he has said that if the Democrats cave and the government reopens, then the memes making fun of Hakeem Jeffries and putting a sombrero on him will stop. I can't stand for that. I say more sombrero memes. More.
The sombrero memes are top notch, especially when it comes from the president of the United States social media accounts.
So let me set this for the crowd listening. Let me tell you this entire great tale. So, as you know, Hakeem Jeffries and Chuck Schumer have been begging on their knees for the last week, please, Mr. President, I'm sorry we called you a fascist. Please meet with us and give us money for the illegals. So then Trump said no. They waddled. They actually waddled like chubby, stubby children out to a podium and told the country that they were still going to fight to give illegals lots of money. And then Trump took that video. He used AI like you on the Hammer and Nigel show do to artfully make fun of people vocally. And then he put some mariachi music on and put a sombrero, a mustache on Hakeem because the Democrats' plan is all about illegal immigrants.
Yeah, why did Donald Trump even take that meeting? He knew it was bait. He knew they were going to go back out and say, oh, Donald Trump doesn't want health care.
Because every single time Hakeem Jeffries and Chuck Schumer open their mouths, it is bad for the Democrat Party. Yeah. There has not been a single press conference the Democrats have held that have boosted their party. Not one in the entire second Trump administration. That is a political anomaly that we have never seen before. And so for Trump to then put this meme out, which I think, again, the masterful laser pointer and the cat chasing the laser pointer around to the Trump administration. Now the Democrats, that's all they're talking about, that racist and sombrero meme. Some Democrat representative from California currently going through menopause. She was really upset about it, saying that, oh, this is the most racist thing the president has ever done.
Oh, you don't have to go to California, Tony. The wine moms in Westfield, I'm sure, are very upset.
Oh, well, of course. And they're so angry that they've been making more sombrero memes. It's great. It's the best thing I've ever witnessed, and it's going to continue because the government shutdown, voters really don't care. It's like that weird lady on Facebook who's always talking about the latest breakup she's been through for attention. Guys, it kind of turns out that voters, after they've heard that 4, 5, 6, 7 times, it doesn't matter anymore.
Yeah, so zoom out on that for just a second. When somebody hears government shutdown, what does that mean to the average person exactly, and what do people need to know?
So first of all, over 70% of the government is still coming to work on the daily. So I'm afraid that the Environmental Protection Agency is not sending people out to sniff your local pond. I know, huge loss. I'm still crying about it. But the post office, they're still out, denting my packages. You've still got the IRS who's making sure that rich people are evading taxes. And most importantly, the government is still carrying out things like cashing the Social Security check. They're members of the military in certain facets will be paid. Not a whole lot happens. There was a Parks and Rec episode on this in 2010. People don't care.
So is this really just coming down to the Democrats want money allocated for illegal immigrants' health care? Is that really what this whole shutdown is about?
Yes, but there's a little sleight of hand. There's a little turn of phrase, a little trick of the wrist here. Because as we were talking about, some of our very fine, angry, old, white, liberal women here in Indiana, Hamilton County perhaps, they're busy screeching at their phones. And they're saying, well, actually, nothing in the bill says that money has to go to illegal immigrants. Well, here's the thing. In the Obama subsidy package that Biden pushed on the Obamacare package during COVID, the federal government would send big lump sums of fungible money to the states. Fungible means states can use it really however they want. And blue states like Minnesota, like Illinois and California would then take that and spend that money on illegal immigrant health care. So, yeah, sure, wink, wink. The federal government isn't wink, wink spending it on illegal immigrants per se. They're just giving states the money to do that. Republicans said no. I don't think so. If you're going to spend money on Americans through Medicaid and Medicare, it has to be done to American citizens, yes, even down at the state level. That's not Tony Kinnett saying that. That's the Chicago Tribune a month ago.
And big surprise, the Democrats are more worried about the illegal immigrants getting health care than they are their own American citizens.
Look, after the lowest ratings of my party of all time, because, the Democrats, well, not my party, speaking on behalf of the Democrats in this situation, lowest ratings they've ever had. because they were defending wife-beating MS-13 guys like Kilmar Abrego Garcia.
Yeah.
Now they're going to sacrifice the rest of their ratings because they want to give guys like that health care. Yeah, I wouldn't have done that.
And it seems like, last thing on this before we move on to some other stuff here, they keep trotting Chuck Schumer out there to be the voice of the party. You can just tell the Democrats are done with Chuck. Nobody likes Chuck, but Chuck wants to be liked. This is a problem. So how is this ultimately going to play out? Not only for the Dems, but for Chuck Schumer.
Oh, I know. Tony's predicted it. You've predicted it.
I did say that AOC is going to be the rise in the Democrat Party as a result of this. And it doesn't help that Chuck Schumer looks like Eeyore from Winnie the Pooh got kicked in the nuts. He walks out there, he's sad, he's glum. He looks like his wife just invited him to a dinner with her boyfriend. It's a rough time. And again, there's no plan. The reason that Hakeem has done, on the House side, has done 6 interviews, exclusive interviews, over, and I'm sorry, after 6, it's not exclusive anymore, but interviews over the sombrero meme, and Chuck is wandering and mumbling in front of the camera like Joe Biden talking about ice cream. You've got to imagine there's some Democrats, some of whom I've talked to here in the Midwest, who are desperate for anything different. And again, you even have Fetterman, you have Cortez Masto in Nevada. You have Angus King, who's totally not a Democrat from Maine. They all broke away from Chuckles Schumer and voted with the Republicans. Guys, I'm sorry. When you have Democrats defecting to the majority of Republicans, that's not a Republican shutdown there, Sailor.
Tony Kinnett Cast, weeknights here on 93 WIBC. So Secretary of War Pete Hegseth comes out yesterday and says no more fatties and no more women in the military. Did I get that right?
Are we paraphrasing that right, Tony?
Did I get that?
Yes, and I got to tell you, you guys know I'm not really much of a beer kind of a guy, but I wanted to get the coldest beer, the largest American flag, and all of the fireworks I could afford. And enjoy that Pete Hegseth before all of the brass. If you know anyone in the military, you'll know that generals have the reputation of dog feces soaking in rainwater, because in the last 20 years, a lot of the general staff have been a bunch of chair parade fat boys who have been running around serving themselves in branches and micro branches and MOS micro specialties in the military that don't even matter, so that they can get themselves tons of you guys know the phrase too many chiefs, not enough Indians?
Oh yeah,
that's a lot of how the military has become.
And of course I was joking. Pete Hegseth did not say women are no longer allowed in the military. What was the crux of his meeting with all the top brass yesterday?
So basically, get together and say, all right, new focus for the United States military. I don't like seeing other countries not take us seriously, because you had Rachel Levine, some dude in a skirt who was an admiral, brought up in front of the country. That Levine, that was their colleague in the brass out there. And so Hegseth gets up and says, we're not doing that anymore. We're going to have physical standards. No more claiming you're a Viking and going hing-a-ding-a-durgan so you can wear a beard in formation. No saying, well, actually, I'm fat sexual, so that we have to honor your calorie intake. And also, I'm sorry, but if you're a lady who wants to be on a combat team, then you have to meet the combat standard. Just because Maisie Hirono has a pathological fear of pull-ups doesn't make that a standard for the United States military.
Right, and Hegseth said that about men, too. Like, if you're a weak man, you are not to be on the field of battle. That kind of gets lost out of the conversation. It's all about performance. And Nigel and I were talking about this yesterday. If I'm wounded on a battlefield somewhere, I don't care if it's the biggest, strongest NFL linebacker you can find or the women's WWE champion that has to pick me up. As long as they can do the job, that's fine. And if you can't do the job, then you don't need to be there.
And it doesn't just have to do with kind of physical standards regarding weight. You see this in other parts of the military as well. For example, many infantrymen are very fond of seeing the wizard come up next to you. He's got the big antenna sticking out of his backpack. He has the ability to speak into a box and make the horizon disappear in a ball of fire. He's the guy who calls in airstrikes. He's the JTAC guy.
Yeah.
You do not want him to have a lisp. If that man has a lisp, you may find yourselves disappearing in an A-10's beautiful stitching of bullets.
You want to be able to understand him, is what you're saying.
Correct. Yeah. I want him to speak clearly. It has nothing to do with his identity. It's Can you perform the job to meet standards so the job is done well? A fireman carry needs to be carried out by a person who can meet those physical standards. Whether it's a strapping gal or guy, I don't care. Meet the standard.
Can you stick around for one more segment?
Yeah.
All right, we'll be right back with Tony Kinnett, 93 WIBC.
Whether it's day or night, hot flashes due to menopause can be unpredictable. That's why there's Veoza, a prescription treatment proven to reduce the number and severity of hot flashes day and night that can start working in as early as 1 week. Based on clinical studies measuring efficacy at 4 and 12 weeks, individual results may vary. Talk to your healthcare provider about what this may mean for you. For moderate to severe vasomotor symptoms or hot flashes and night sweats due to menopause, Veoza can cause serious side effects, including liver problems. Your doctor will do blood tests before and during treatment. Stop Veoza and call your doctor if you have symptoms of liver problems, such as feeling more tired than usual, decreased appetite, nausea, vomiting, itching, yellowing of the eyes or skin, pale stool, dark urine, or stomach pain. Don't use Veoza if you have cirrhosis, severe kidney problems, kidney failure, or take CYP1A2 inhibitors. Ask your doctor about Veoza. To learn more, call 1-866-239-1637 or go to Veoza.com. That's VEOZAH.com. Paid for by Stellus Pharma.
Gotta love American Standard Heating and Air because they're built to a higher standard. They all have all sorts of great local dealers, independent dealers across the state. And one of those awesome American Standard dealers is Price Point Comfort. Totally and locally owned. An American Standard heating and air conditioning dealer that's going to give you the right price guarantee. They promise not to oversell you or pressure you into things you don't need.
Price Point Comfort, striving for customer satisfaction. Check them out online, pricepointcomfort.com. That's pricepointcomfort.com, or just give them a call, 317-455-1124. You could ask for James or Tyler. James or Tyler going to help you out. 317-455-1124. PricePointComfort.com. Tell them Hammer and Nigel sent you. Price Point Comfort is your independent American Standard dealer built to a higher standard.
I'm still going for it, even with higher stroke risk from atrial fibrillation, an irregular heartbeat not caused by a heart valve problem. Over a 3-year study, Eliquis apixaban tablets reduce stroke risk better than warfarin, and over 97% of Eliquis patients did not experience a stroke. A first stroke occurred in 2.9% of warfarin patients versus 2.3% of Eliquis patients.
Don't stop prescription Eliquis without asking your doctor. Stroke risk may increase. Eliquis can cause serious and potentially fatal bleeding. Don't take if you have an artificial heart valve, abnormal bleeding, or antiphospholipid syndrome. While taking, you may bruise more easily or bleed longer. A spinal injection increases blood clot risk, which may cause paralysis. Get medical help right away for unexpected bleeding or bruising, or back pain, tingling, numbness, muscle weakness, or incontinence. Aspirin products, NSAIDs, SSRIs, SNRIs, and blood thinners increase bleeding risk. Tell your doctor about planned medical or dental procedures. Learn more at Eliquis.com or call 1-855-ELIQUIS.
The Attorney General's Office, reuniting Hoosiers with over $1 million in unclaimed property every week. Visit IndianaUnclaimed.gov or text Hammer and Nigel to 46220 today.
Rapid Radios are instant push-to-talk walkie-talkies with national LTE coverage. Go to rapidradios.com and you'll get up to 60% off, free UPS shipping. Add code RADIO for an additional 5% off.
At Price Point Comfort Heating and Cooling, our mission is to provide honest assessments and recommendations. We promise you'll never be sold something you don't need.
PricePointComfort.com. They are your trusted local independent American Standard heating and air dealer.
Hammer and Nigel are going live this week from Coach's Tavern this Friday, brought to you by the Finnish Long Drink. Swing by for awesome drink specials, grab some WIBC swag, and join the party all evening long.
Matt Bear has a look at the roads.
Yeah, Hammer, looking at the northwest side, southbound 465, slow from 71st past Crawfordsville Road. That's a 12-minute delay. Eastbound 465, crash clear before Allisonville Road, still slow to Westfield Boulevard. Inbound 69, stop and go, 96th Street, 282nd. Inbound 65, delayed 6 minutes, 29th at 2 Meridian. Eastbound 70, 5-minute delay, Harding to Meridian. Southbound 65, 70, jammed. The north split down to the south split, delayed 2 minutes. Inbound 70, slows after rural into the north split. Crash on the east side, Cumberland Road at 30th Street. Traffic sponsored by B Window. Right now, employee-owned B Window means business. Receive up to 50% off all products, plus 2.99% financing, and an additional $550 off your project. Trust a local. Trust employee-owned. Trust your home to bwindow.com. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
It's 83 at the American Standard Cooling Weather Center at 93 WIBC.
Back with Tony Kinnett from the Tony Kinnett Cast, investigative reporter for Daily Signal. What you sent me this story, I still find this crazy. This illegal alien Des Moines, Iowa school superintendent that was like on the run from ICE. An illegal alien makes it all the way to a pretty prestigious gig as a school superintendent. What's the background here?
So you guys know I used to be an administrator in Indianapolis Public Schools, and I would tell you and anyone else who would listen, administrators are the most overrated bunch of handout participation trophy winners who want to lord it over you than anybody. Case in point, Ian Roberts, this guy who came to the United States from Guyana, it's in South America, and then made the excellent decision in 1999 to not get his student visa renewed. He let it expire, and then he stayed and committed several felonies. And I'm not just talking immigration felonies. He also, violated several gun laws. And so ICE then, basically went and said, hey, you're rather illegal. And, you're the superintendent of Des Moines Public Schools.
Wow.
Now we find out he was also receiving mail-in ballots as an illegal immigrant.
Whoa. Hold on.
Back up.
I was told by everybody on Facebook and Twitter and Instagram and Tin Cans with a String and all the PTA meetings of Hamilton County that wasn't happening.
I know. As crazy as it is to believe that the blonde who has a blood alcohol level that is half Chardonnay is wrong about the security of the mail-in voting system. It turns out, amazingly so, that you can screw up mail-in voting ballots. Again, no one is more focused on good, strong, clean elections than Baltimore, Maryland.
I know tonight Jerry Lopez is filling in for you for the Tony Kinnett Cast on 93 WIBC. He's got Dinesh D'Souza right out of the gate at 7. But what are you working on at the Daily Signal?
Well, we're going to be on the live stream on YouTube tonight because news never rests. But next week, I'm going to be live in Washington, D.C. with Tim Burchett. He's the rep from Tennessee who says AOC will steal your soul if you look at her too long. And then, of course, everybody knows the great Scott Jennings, bringer of tears at CNN. We're going to be live doing some shows in D.C., some special stuff we got planned.
The Tonus, that's how you find him on Twitter, X, The Tonus, Tony Kinnett, my man. Fire as always. We'll talk next week.
You guys are the best.
It's the Hammer and Nigel Show.
Texting enrolls you into recurring automated text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
Hey, Dan, how you doing? Haven't seen you around the gym for a while.
Yeah, I've really fallen off. Since I turned 40, I just don't get the results I used to get.
Could be lower testosterone.
Lower T?
Yeah, I went through it a while back. Once you hit 40, your body has less free testosterone. I got Nugenix Total T, and it's made a huge difference for me.
I've seen that ad on TV. Is it for real?
Oh, yeah. The key ingredient is something called Tesnor, which helps boost free and total testosterone levels to help